starting. Let me make sure we're on both of our platforms here.
Okay, just let me know, and I'm gonna link it and kind of put it out there.
Yeah, we're on YouTube as well. So, all right, we're gonna take it here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to High School Wrestling on the Region Sports Network, streaming on Facebook.com/RegionSports, RegionSports.com, RegionWrestling.com, CrownPointSports.com, and YouTube.com/RegionSports. My name is Nathan Laird. I'll have the call of all the matches today, joined by Mike Reiser, and new to the RSN team, Cody Leneve. This is the Carnahan Memorial Invitational, presented by Team Toyota on 41 in Schererville. Guys, a big day here today because of COVID precautions. Not only no fans, no parents in the building today. So Crown Point, nice enough to let us come out and broadcast the Carnahan for everybody today, and we got a good one here on our hands.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be one of the better individual things. This is one of the bigger tournaments in the state this year now with everything. You know, they've kind of taken a lot of teams down. This might be the biggest one in the state right now with 16 teams.
Yeah, it's a fantastic field here today. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Cody, your first broadcasting experience here, just not too far removed from your high school career, wrestling at Wabash now. Talk a little bit before we went on air, and you kind of mentioned how much you miss the atmosphere of tournaments like this.
Yeah, you can't really get the same thing. So right now in college, we're not really allowed to wrestle or anything, and just seeing all the activity and energy right before this tournament is really throws me back.
So we're going to have a presentation here before we get started with the wrestling. Again, this is the Carnahan Memorial Invitational. Carl Carnahan, the first president of the Indiana High School Wrestling Coaches Association, member of the Indiana Wrestling Hall of Fame. He's a teacher, coach, athletic director here at Crown Point. Started in 1942 as a math teacher and served in World War II. And there you see
His son, Don, they said.
Yep. And Carl committed to the sport of wrestling here at Crown Point. Started the wrestling program here. Teams went 155, 18, and 7 from during his tenure here at Crown Point. 13 wrestlers made the state finals. Unfortunately killed in a car accident in 1982, so this tournament held every year in his honor.
Yeah, on Christmas Eve. But, you know, like obviously Crown Point has a ton of tradition, and I think he's a big part of that. So I know this is a big tournament for them as a program, much like the Calumet Chris Dreikoff, a guy that started the Calumet program.
So we're going to be set for wrestling here. Formats, again, a little bit different format this year because of restrictions. They have 4 mats on the floor. All the wrestlers are upstairs here, so it's going to be a little bit different from our perspective, guys, because usually we have fans up here, and we're going to talk to some fans as they walk back and forth. Now we're going to hear some coaching and everything, and that's one thing I've noticed in our first couple broadcasts of the season is you get to hear a lot more coaching when these gyms are basically empty. And you know, sometimes you hear the wrestlers get an earful, and Cody, I'm sure that might be something you're familiar with a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Crinche getting on you or what?
Oh, yeah.
Would that be something you'd want the whole gym to hear, though?
No.
They, you know, you're going to have schools from Benton Central, which is out by Lafayette. You're going to have Crown Point, John Glenn, Fairhaven Baptist, which is unincorporated. They're not an IHSA school, but very tough, out by Chesterton.
A couple of kids in their finals here last year.
Yeah, they always bring, we kind of make a joke on Indiana Mat all the time because we're doing the team state reveal tomorrow that they should be allowed to wrestle in the 1A, that they would be out there to compete. River Forest, Wheeler, Hanover Central, Brownsburg down by Indy, one of the best teams in the state. They have Kyle Ersman there, you know, region guy, region legend. Hebron, Legacy Christian from Ohio, which is a really stacked team. We were talking off air about how good they are and some of the guys they're bringing. Him and Morton. Twin Lakes, which is down by Lafayette. Eastern, junior and senior, I think that's Greentown. That's out by Fort Wayne. And then you have East Chicago Central. So a pretty like widespread field across the state going into Ohio. I know that they really wanted to make this a tough tournament.
Yeah, and some of the folks I talked to leading up to this, that team from Ohio that you mentioned, some folks are really excited about seeing that team, what they bring in, some highly ranked guys from a really good wrestling state.
Yeah, it's going to be some interesting matches. I think Legacy is going to bring a interesting turn to this tournament.
Yeah, they're going to have a 106-pounder that's ranked, we would say, 8th in the country as a freshman. He was a national finalist, middle school state champ. Their middle school state's a little different than Indiana's. They actually have every middle school in Ohio compete.
Wow.
So you win middle school state in Ohio, you're the real deal. They have a kid at 45, Gavin Brown, who I think it's Gavin Brown. He won Indiana Matt's preseason open. He beat Hayden Watson in the finals. He's pretty good. I was able to see him. I'm going the wrong way.
Yeah, he's at 145.
Yeah, Gavin Brown. So, and in Ohio, they're able to wrestle across the country, and they do a good job of going out and kind of wrestling. They're in the smaller class in Ohio, so I think we said they were ranked at 106 through 170.
So what we're going to do here today for our broadcast, we're not going to go wide and try to show you all 4 mats at once, because that way you guys wouldn't be able to see anything. It'd be tough to follow all the action. We're going to bounce around from mat to mat, try to pick out what the best match going on at a time is. We got a couple cameras here, Giovanni Alcantar and Joe Colvin on the cameras here for us this morning. So we're going to bounce around mat to mat, try to pick out some of the best matches that are going on, and we'll be switching, going back and forth, moving around for you guys, and keeping things moving. So, guys, when you see a good match taking place, just go ahead and call it out, and our cameramen will move over there, and I'll switch the camera feed, and we'll pick out what's going on. But we might have some changes too, based off of some of the things we're hearing from Brownsburg, missing some kids.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to follow on track and see if I can, see the matches, because obviously we're not familiar with everyone by face, but So early on, there's going to be a lot of quick matches. I'm sure there was a lot of forfeits, and I think a lot of teams are dealing with COVID. It's not exclusive to the region, but you're talking, talking to Brownsburg. They had some big guys out. I think Legacy Christian might have had a couple guys out. So
again, we're going to kind of move around there, and what we're also going to do as well today is we're going to have at least 3 separate streams today. This stream will carry us up until the lunch break. And then we're going to have another stream come back with some of the wrestlebacks and semifinals and consolations. And then we'll have a new feed for the championship as well. So you can keep it locked in here to regionsports.com, facebook.com/regionsports, and on YouTube. And we'll have new feeds. We'll let you know when the feed is starting and a new one's getting ready to start. So, again, if the feed stops, during a natural break here in the tournament, we'll have a new one coming up just shortly. So
I think we're going to start off on mat number 4, where we're going to have Edwin Gallen, a freshman from River Forest, and Tony Tooley from Hanover Central. 2 region guys going at it. It looks like there's a good mix on the mats here, but I think getting a couple guys from the region would probably be pretty good. This first round is going to be a little bit quicker. There's going to be a couple different weights. That's going to be at 138 pounds.
No 106 matches.
I mean, that's a tough weight to fill anyways. Good officials here today, too. There's a good mix of guys that, got Scott Vlink over here on mat number 1. I've seen Jake Rodriguez. Both were part of that Crown Point championship run a couple years back. Todd Evans, the baseball coach at Valpo, a real good competitor. So we got Hanover Central here in the white singlet with the blue trim, and then River Forest in the maroon. And River Forest has been doing a good job, or Hebron in the maroon. No, I was right. River Forest.
Yeah, the maroon and the gold of River Forest. And we'll keep you updated on the scores as well because of where we're at. We can't see the scoreboard on this match, but following along on Track Wrestling, we'll get you those.
The River Forest has done a good job the last couple of years of kind of building up that program. I mean, Cody, you could kind of speak a little bit more to that. You guys, probably seen them a couple times, county and all that stuff.
Yeah, they've really grown. Originally, they didn't have a lot of people, and they brought a bunch of young guys in, and they're starting to grow the program that way.
Right of a fall there. I guess we can head over to mat number 2. At 120 pounds, we got Bison Marshall of Hebron and Arton Aberdeen with Twin Lakes. Twin Lakes used to have a really big holiday tournament, too, that they probably had to cancel this year. They've had some success down the road. I think they're down a little bit. They're a smaller school out in Monticello.
You know, Cody, how important do you think a tournament like this is for these kids? You're still going to have your conference tournaments in mid-January, but as Mike mentioned, you see schools like River Forest and stuff at the Lake County, that's already off the board. Do you think that increases the importance of a tournament like this?
Yes, because they need to get their matches in. From when I was looking, River Forest has the most matches. They have 11. All the other ones are do not have as many matches.
There's a fall on mat number 3.
We're focusing here on mat number 2, Bryson Marshall of Hebron, taking on Arden Ademir of Twin Lakes.
There's a fall.
You got the fall there. Bryson Marshall with the sophomore from Hebron gets the win via fall.
And that's kind of what happens a lot. Like, you know, you're having seeds or you're getting drawn out of the hat here. So it's going to be a little bit different. So we're going to have our first Legacy Christian wrestler going out, it looks like, on mat number 3. They're the Knights.
That's the one we're focused on right now.
You have Cameron LeClure, who's really good. I think that he's their 26-pounder. I think that they're going to move him up to get a match with Mendez against Adam Rodriguez at Twin Lakes. So takedown. He's going for the 3/4 stack. He's going to let him go.
Tag right back in.
Cody, can you give me that? So I know that just talking with the Mendez family, they're excited to possibly get some, out-of-state matches. Hey, Cameron LeClure was the number 1 seed at 126. He's going to be up at 138 today, that's exciting.
It's going to be interesting.
So he'll get a shot at Mendez. He's pretty thick for a 126 guy. Coming up 2 weight classes. Short and squatty.
Yeah, I would have guessed 126 just looking at him.
It's a deep half here on mat number 2 or 4.
Over on mat number 1, you have Lincoln Whitehead of Brownsburg leading Eli Ferguson of Eastern 6-5. Mat number 2, just getting started. You have Ezekiel Gomez of Morton taking on Holden Deno of Benton Central. The match you're watching here, Cameron LeClure of Legacy Academy out of Ohio, up 2-1 over Adam Rodriguez of Twin Lakes. And on mat 4, you have Alec Mitchell of Fairhaven taking on Reed Richards of Twin Lakes.
Yeah,
Cameron. For all your nerds out there, I'm sorry, Reed Richards, the name of Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a nerd thing.
Well, I'm a nerd, so I had to point that out.
Yeah, Cameron LeClure is the number 1 ranked wrestler in Ohio D3 at 126. He's going to come up. But that's what you want to see, especially early on. And we kind of talk about it a lot on our Guerrilla Radio shows, is especially in a short season where you might not get as many matches as you normally would. You're looking for those tough matches. You're going to bump and get those matchups. Having an undefeated record is always nice, but you want to get that experience. So right now it's 4-2 for LeClure. Now it's going to be 6-2. Good throw by there to get in that tight waist. Tight waist and a half here. He went for that 3/4. Ooh,
oh.
There's a little pancake action. It's going to be a fall.
Yeah.
5 seconds. He could probably fight it here.
Nope.
Yeah. Fall. So that's going to make it 9-2. Especially bringing in out-of-state competition, guys that travel the country. That's awesome that he's going to bump up and try to wrestle with a guy, Jesse Mendez, who's on the world level. Top 3 guy in the country. Top 2 guy in the country.
He won. Who's number 1?
Yeah. I think he was disappointed Shane Van Ness had pulled out Blair Academy. That's who had beat him last year was Shane Van Ness, who's number 1, and then he pulled out last second. They had the 4-man bracket. I think that's exclusive to Indiana. I think they make the Indiana guys do that. Jesse did the 4-man bracket last year, and then a couple years before that, Chad Wright had a 4-man bracket. So maybe just Indiana guys get that. So we had a fall here on mat number 4. Fairhaven Christian with the fall.
Alec Mitchell gets the fall.
Running the wing.
Yeah, things are moving right along. We're at 160 pounds already here.
Yeah, this first
preliminary round.
and we don't. And Indiana Mat doesn't do Ohio rankings, but you have for you're gonna have the number 1 ranked wrestler at 106 from Ohio, the number 6 ranked wrestler at 113, the number 5 ranked wrestler at 120, number 1 ranked wrestler at 126, the number 14 at 132. Nobody at 138, so moving him up is good. Number 1 at 145. Number 13 at 152. And number 2 at 170. So Legacy Academy is bringing a lot of ranked wrestlers in here. And I'm sure I get told more than anyone that rankings don't mean anything.
There's
But
the fall on mat 3.
yeah, so. And Mendez out here watching, so kind of get to see what they're going.
Cameron LaCour gets the fall. Got a good one over on mat number 1, guys. Let's go over there as Lincoln Whitehead of Brownsburg up 6-5 over Eli Ferguson of Eastern with about 20 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and this is Lincoln Whitehead getting a good opportunity here to get in the lineup with Braden Haynes out. Sounds like he was in the queue. He got queued up, so some of the backups for Brownsburg, they have a lot of depth. They have a lot of wrestlers in their room, so it's good to get an opportunity.
We had a fall over here on mat number 4.
So it's going to be 6-5.
Angelo Ramirez of Hanover Central defeats Ethan Wilson of Hebron via fall. Final on mat number 1, 6-5.
Good win there for Lincoln Whitehead. And they're going to be in the mix for a team race with Crown Point and Legacy Academy. So as many guys you can get into the semis and the finals, it's huge.
So right now we're still we're on mat number 2 now.
We're on mat number 2. Looks like he's going for a split here, kind of roll through.
That's Holden Deno of Benton Central leading Ezekiel Gomez of Morton 2-0. That's in the second.
It's kind of like a weird scramble position. He's going to try to settle and get back points to get in the count now.
Our new match on mat number 4 at 160 pounds. Isaac Lashbrook of Twin Lakes taking on Nick Vargas of Morton. Over on mat
Transition
number
into
3.
half and number 2.
Yeah.
Over on mat 3, we have Titus Ramos of Fairhaven taking on Jose Alvarez of River Forest. That's at 152 pounds.
Now he's going to suck that back. Kind of like a weird scramble. I didn't know if he was going to get it at first. Now it's kind of going to like a headlock position.
This match you're watching here on mat 2. Holden Deno. It was 2-0. We're going to have
So he had a fall here on mat number 4.
that's Nick Vargas of Morton. Morton defeating Isaac Lashbrook of Twin Lakes via fall.
We had a long discussion on Guerrilla Radio because I always say like Fort Wayne Carroll or Fort Wayne, Snyder or any of these Fort Wayne schools, and like we just call it Snyder. And I was like, well, what do you guys call Hammond? I said, well, I call it Hammond Morton.
Right.
I don't know if they just call it Morton, maybe.
No, it's Morton, and then you have Hammond High.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But they said, I always say
Well, when it's out of your area, you're referred to by Indy, whatever, Fort Wayne.
the guy that runs the site, he's one of the coaches at Carroll, and I always say Fort Wayne Carroll because there's a Carroll in Florida.
Right.
And he's like,
if
we're
I
just
remember, they don't care for Fort Wayne.
no,
Carroll.
they do not like that. I also found out something crazy about the guy that ran the site, and he had to change it this week. He had never had a pizza puff. He didn't even know what it was.
Wow.
I guess that's a region thing.
No, we called Morton just Morton. We didn't say Hammond Morton.
Right.
Our coaches did, but the wrestlers didn't.
Our new match here on mat number 4, you have Jamie Garlowski of John Glenn taking on Jorge Almarez of River Forest.
And we're on mat number 2, right?
Yes, we are on mat number 2 right now.
It's 5-0 Holden Deno of Benton Central. He's gonna look like he's gonna get a reversal here, kind of riding. Now he's gonna get into this like cross ride on his hip here though.
Bad position.
Ezekiel Gomez can kind of get ahead here. He's got like a 7. Starts swimming for his head.
update around the mats here. Braden Brown on mat number 1. Braden Brown of Legacy Academy is leading Nicholas Dural of Wheeler 8-0. On mat 2, the mat you're watching right now, Holden Deno up 7-0 over Ezekiel Gomez. Mat 3, Jose Alvarez of River Forest up 2-1 over Titus Ramos of Fairhaven. And on mat 4, Jamie Garlowski of John Glenn over Jorge Almarez of River Forest 2-1.
And I think that situation right there, that's a lot of just mat time. The more you wrestle, like the more you're going to feel like you need to start reaching for the head there, especially when he's that high. Or maybe later down the road, I don't know if Morton's going to see Benton Central somewhere. But that could be a fall down the road with getting high there. It's just you could tell like some of these guys who haven't been on the mat a ton.
It's a lot of scrambling work right there.
Today's live video coverage and coverage of the 2020-2021 wrestling season on the Region Sports Network is presented by Team Toyota on 41 in Schererville. Do business with the team that supports your sport. That's Team Toyota. I want to thank Jason Akers, all the great folks over at Team Toyota for their sponsorship of high school wrestling on the Region Sports Network.
Strong wrestling ties there at Team Toyota. So the win is going to go to Holden Deno.
And he gets that win 10-0.
Braden Brown's up 8-0 on mat number 1 from Legacy Academy. On mat 3, we have a pretty good one. It's 2-1 right now for Jorge Alvarez of River Forest. We got some blood time. And Titus Ramos of Fairhaven.
Yeah, Joe, let's go over to mat number 3.
Still looking for that blood time
That blood time sponsor. One of these years we're going to get somebody to... We're going to go over to mat 3 here. Actually, we almost got a fall on mat number 1. We're going to cut to that while we're in blood time. Mat number 1, Braden Brown and Nicholas Dural. And there's the fall. Braden Brown of Legacy Academy gets the win. That's at 132 pounds.
Should be a good one out in Hobart today, too. I've seen some people asking what time I was going to start. They're a little bit later than we are.
Coverage is going to start at 10:30 from Hobart. Had to shuffle some things around, not able to get there for the first round, but we will have coverage from rounds 2 through 5 from the Hobart Super Duels.
It's going to be a point. It's going to tie it, or it's going to make it 3-1. But you're looking. Hobart Chesterton should be a good duel.
Yep, that is round 5 of the day. Valparaiso was scheduled to be there, but they unfortunately had to drop out due to quarantine issues.
Yeah, that's kind of the unfortunate thing of the season. The fortunate thing is a lot more streaming, a lot more live matches. You get to see a lot more wrestling.
And that Hobart Valpo was supposed to be first thing in the morning. And when that got off the board, we had to adjust some things around on our schedule.
So right now it's 4-1. It's going to be 4-3 now for Jose Alvarez of River Forest. River Forest in the maroon and gold. Fairhaven Christian in the maroon and silver. It looked like he's trying to get a cradle here. I don't know if he's over the head or he's kind of got the shoulder pinched. 18 seconds here left in the second period. So they're out of bounds. It's going to be a fresh start. 12 seconds left on the clock. At 152 pounds.
This will be big if he can explode up and get out and get that point.
Two big, younger guys. Alvarez is a sophomore. Ramos is a freshman for Fairhaven. So 11 seconds. He's already been hit for a stall point.
Sorry, guys. Here on mat number 4, Jorge Almarez of River Forest was trailing 7-2. He just got the fall with about 5 seconds to go in the second to get the win.
Good win for the senior. So 4-3. It's going to be Green's choice here. He's going to go underneath.
Over on mat number 1, our new match, Carlos Saros of Morton taking on Ashton Bailey of River Forest at 145 pounds. Well, that one just actually ended as soon as I was saying it. The mat we're watching here.
They're going to let him up, make it 4-4 here, going to the third period. Kind of hard on that front foot. That's like a dangerous spot there for Fairhaven wrestler.
Track's got it at 4-3. Scoreboard over here says 4-1.
Take a shot here. He's going to face him here. He's trying to face him, still fighting. He's going to give up the takedown there. It's going to make it 6-4.
On mat number 4 at 195 pounds, you have Declan Conroy.
He's going to hip over here. Yep. Taking him to his back. He's getting back points now, so it's going to be look like a 5-point move. He's trying to settle. Kind of a weird spot. Like You want to kind of find an arm through there if you're on bottom. Get some separation between their bodies.
If he's on top, he's going to try to get the double grapevine.
Yeah, there's a fall.
It's Titus Ramos of Fairhaven gets the win via fall.
Looks like on mat number 4, we have our first East Chicago wrestler of the day.
Yeah, let's go to mat number 4 here,
Sean
guys.
Stuckley and Declan Conroy of John Glenn.
That's 2-0 in favor of Declan Conroy in the first. Over on mat number 2, we have Malcolm Earnsberger of John Glenn taking on Joseph Henry of Benton Central. That one's 4-3 in favor of Henry in the second.
So takedown there for Conroy. He's going to put him up 2-0. Full Nelson, so it's going to be a penalty point. So, East Chicago had Javante Tate last year, who was pretty good. I've seen he's wrestled some exhibitions, so I'm guessing maybe he doesn't have enough practices, or he's ineligible right now, or not competing, but they're still getting him some mat time, which is exciting. So that's a guy that,
That made a semi-state run a year ago.
as a freshman, so.
I believe he was EC's first semi-state qualifier in a handful of years.
Yeah, and they're doing some good stuff there. It was unfortunate because I think when I was there, and obviously when Robert gets here or later, East Chicago was a monster squad. They were semi-state runner-up one year. They were always at the team regional with the Maldonado brothers. So Bill Kelly was a national champ in college. He was a coach there. Scott Hinkle, who's now one of the coaches at Crown Point, who left there to go to Purdue. So they've had a pretty good legacy of wrestling there. So it looks like we're getting to some of the bigger guys.
Yeah, we're at 285 over on mat number 1.
You got Colin Foy, a freshman from Hanover Central, and Cameron Hardesty of John Glenn, a sophomore. So two young big guys.
New match on mat number 2 at 170. Micah Beanie of John Glenn taking on Sam Chambers of Hanover. The match you're watching right now, Declan Conroy of John Glenn up 7-2 over Krishawn Stuckey of East Chicago.
Where's John Glenn located at? Is that like east of Valpo?
Yes, but a decent ways east of Valpo. Not like Fort Wayne Far or anything like that, but
Probably where I got my Christmas tree
I
at.
want to say it's in Walkerton.
I think it is in Walkerton.
Guys, let's go over to mat number 1 here as Colin Foy of Hanover Central looks to get the fall.
And there it is.
And he gets it as soon as we switch the camera over there. Colin Foy from the Wildcats, an impressive performance, get the fall over Cameron Hardesty of John Glenn.
Yeah, he's a freshman. He's a pretty big kid.
That's a big hit for a freshman.
So it looks like we got a cradle getting locked up over here on mat number 3, another East Chicago wrestler.
Looks like we got some
35 seconds, and he got the
pounders.
fall.
You're
Julian
watching now.
Guerrero.
We got now a mat number 2, Micah Beanie of John Glenn, taking on Sam Chambers of Hanover at 170 pounds. Beanie up 2-1, under a minute to go in the
Looks
first.
like we're going to go right into round number 2. So we got Evan Cruz of Crown Point on mat number 1, and Jake Reinhardt of Hebron. Cruz with the takedown is going to let him go. And we've seen Cruz wrestle some 113 the last couple weeks. Good shot there by Evan Cruz.
Let's go over to mat number 1 here, guys. As we start this quarterfinal round.
Yeah, that just kind of speaks a lot more to like what Crown Point's depth is. They had Kapoor Novacek, who was having a good run. Kapoor is wrestling tough, and you have guys that are going to try to get in the lineup. You have some hungry dogs, right?
Yeah, we saw Evan Cruz at the Portage Duels last week wrestling 113.
Yeah, he wrestled Aiden Reyes of Cathedral, who's really tough. Jake Betcher, that's a deep half. I was going to turn that over. That's going to be tough.
Matt, you're watching here. Evan Cruz of Crown Point up 4-1.
And got the fall.
So it looks like we're going to run right into round number 2, which is good. So we're going to see more of the ranked guys that had that first round forfeit, more probably some more closer match. A lot of falls this round, a couple close matches.
New match on mat number 2, 285. You have Hunter Musil of Twin Lakes taking on AJ Wiles of Eastern.
Sometimes you get twisted around and you're like, I looked over at mat number 3. I said, those guys are heavyweights. Got a headlock attempt from Twin Lakes. Nope, he's going to spin behind.
Over on match number 3, you have Hayden Brown of Benton Central taking on Connor Profit of Twin Lakes. That's at 195 pounds. 2-0 in favor of Profit late in the first.
Now wrestling on mat number 1 in your quarterfinal match, you're going to have Jonathan Rose of Fairhaven Christian and Anthony Fortenberry of Hebron. A couple of sophomores. Both have 2 losses on the season.
What match you want to go to here, guys? We're on mat 2 right now.
We can stay on mat 2 with Musil and Wiles of Eastern. Still 0-0.
They just locked up a cradle on mat 1. Oh, he broke it.
Got a locked hands right there. Jake Rodriguez with on the official. Jake, a coach. I think he's an administrator. Really good wrestler from Maryville in the 2000s. Had a real good state finals run. Wrestled a real good series with Mike Escobedo. Lost to JT Young in the semifinals that year. A really good match. Just really accomplished wrestler, really accomplished coach. Now he's doing the official thing. And when you talk to the officials, you hear them all the time say that the group's getting older and they're not replacing them at a high level, so they always need more officials. So if anyone out there wants to be an official, make some side money.
And that's wrestling all sports. The IHSA always looking to add new blood into the officiating ranks. Guys, we want to recognize some of our sponsors for today's coverage. Without them, this would not be possible. One of our sponsors.
Fall on mat 2.
Fall on mat 2. One of our sponsors includes State Farm Insurance agent Dick Lentz in Brownsburg. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. I want to thank Dick Lentz down in Brownsburg for helping sponsor, bringing some of the coverage back home to the folks down there. Also, Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point, minus the hassles. Commercial Sweeping Corporation, proud to sponsor Crown Point Wrestling. And How Insurance Services, with over 30 years of experience, we have the know-how. Talk about some more of our sponsors in just a little bit.
Yeah, so now on mat number 4, you're going to have junior state qualifier from River Forest, Jeffrey Bailey, ranked number 2, and Jaleel Wright of Fairhaven Christian, a freshman 4-3. Jeff had a real good season for River Forest last year, becoming the first state qualifier since Bradley Groover. Good takedown there. He's going to let him go. I'm just kind of talking with him. He's thinking state championship. I believe that if he medals, he'll be the first medalist in River Forest history.
Wow.
So definitely got the ability. Good double, good switch. Wrestles a lot in the summer. Got that Turk now. Bit of fall on mat number 3.
Jeffrey Bailey up 2-1 over
I think it's
Jaleel
going to be 4, and then you're going to have some swipes here. So it's going to end up being 7-1. No, I can't see it. Yeah, he's holding 3, so there's 7.
Keeping it third. No.
Got that wing now. He's going to pull him back on top. And Bailey's looking for some national recognition. They got a 106-pounder from Legacy Christian that's ranked in the country. So this is going to be a good spot for Bailey to make, an impact, kind of, really get, on the national scene, start getting some colleges to look at him. A little guy like that as a junior, you're thinking maybe he could be a 25-pounder through his college career.
Nice
Good shot there. Good timing on that. He's going to make it 12-2. He's going to let him up 12-3. Now he's going to pancake here. He's going to go 5. This might be it. This is going to be a fall here. Yep, fall for Jeff Bailey.
Jeffrey Bailey with the fall. Over on mat number 3, we have Anthony Ball of Crown Point taking on Ella McNulty of Twin Lakes. And Ball gets the fall. Mat number 1, Jonathan Rose of Fairhaven taking on Anthony Fortenberry of Hebron. Mat number 2, we have Jonathan Schultz of River Forest taking on Eddie Clemmy of Benton Central. Let's go over to mat number 2.
Looks like Schultz just got the win. So now
Okay, never mind.
You're going to have Skyler Iverson at 120 here. and Cade Keller of Benton Central. Cade Keller, 6-1 sophomore. Iverson, a 4-1 junior. Skyler Iverson had a really good tournament down at Lebanon. They had a women's tournament down there. So giving a lot of steam. I think that they're going to end up becoming a state certified sport, which would be exciting for Indiana. The sport of women's wrestling in Indiana has really grown.
That's something we talked about the other day on the broadcast here. Just the almost inevitable fact that we're going to have a girls' state tournament. We think in the next handful of years.
You got Bobby Joe here. Just brought me a Diet Dr. Pepper. That's the man.
At Highland, we actually had a girls' state champion.
Yeah, Leah Bishop, right? Yeah, she's tough.
She just committed to North Central yesterday.
Nice. That's good, and there's more opportunities for them to wrestle. I remember Leah when she was young. She was wrestling a long time. She was in the club for a long time.
Yes.
I believe she's ranked number 1 right now. So on mat number 3, you have Logan Frazier and Lincoln Whitehead. If we want to go there, Logan Frazier he's going to be up 6. He's going to get some backs here. Logan Frazier is semifinalist for Crown Point. They're going to turn this into a half, try to get some falls. And points early. Bonus points here are going to be big. There's the fall for Logan Frazier. So anytime you can get a Crown Point over Brownsburg early, it's going to be big points as the day goes on.
Okay, sorry. What match are we focusing on here? We're on match.
Yeah, we just had Logan Frazier with a fall.
Okay.
We can go to mat number 3. We're going to have Matt Grimes of Eastern, 5-3, and Matt Amachek of Hebron, 6-1, junior.
We're bouncing around mat to mat here. It's Bobby Joe Maldonado joins our coverage team.
How you doing, Mike?
Good, man. We was just talking about East Chicago, trying to rebuild the program back when you guys were there. You guys were pretty tough.
Yeah, it seemed they were here. I was pretty surprised to see that.
So you got Matt Amachek and Matt Grimes on mat number 3. Amachek he's had a good career so far for Hebron. I think he's looking to do kind of what Ryan Donovan did there.
120 pounds from Fairhaven,
Looking for the half.
Yeah, I think even some of the smaller programs are starting to get good guys, right?
Yeah.
Some good individuals, kind of like even in college, right? You see a lot of good guys coming from some smaller schools that you don't expect. It's
Yeah.
kind of like trickle down,
Do you think that's more just like spreading out the sport or like development?
No, I don't know. I think we're going through a good phase right now with, participation. So I think that's part of the factor,
I like to think it's because we do all these broadcasts and more people are able to watch, get excited about the sport.
Yeah, that's
Christian,
true, too.
Christian Washington, a freshman here for Crown Point, getting in the lineup. He only has 1 loss. He's kind of in because Sam Goyen has been injured. He's been wrestling really well. So Amazek with the fall, Washington with the fall. So we're going to have 2 new matches coming up on 3 and 4.
Looks like things are running pretty smooth so far.
Yeah, the first round was pretty quick. And then, like this one, you're going to get a lot more higher seeds, lower seeds. So this is going to be a pretty quick round, too.
And it's just regular bracket, right?
Yeah. Straight bracket. Like, it was one of the biggest tournaments in the year. 16 teams. A lot of teams have tapered that back, but that's why you had the lack of parents in here too.
Yeah, this is good, man. I didn't think they'd be able to get it in like this, but it's good for the kids to get some matches, get a long day.
Yeah, and you're having a good mix. So we kind of talked about it before. you have some Ohio kids here. You have Indianapolis with Brownsburg. You have Lafayette area. You have some Fort Wayne with Eastern. So, spread out. I mean, it's tough. You have some of those guys are gonna have to get hotels, and I mean that's a risk in itself.
Yeah, I'll tell you what too. It's like you don't realize like how good it is just to wrestle 3 or 4 matches in one day. I mean, you can wrestle 3 really quick matches, and the next day you're still going to be sore.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about earlier. Cody's a year removed, so just getting these long matches and just getting ready for the state series.
Yeah. Yeah, it comes faster than you expect.
Oh yeah, man, I was just thinking that today. Like it's almost January. Like this would be this. Next week it would be the Al Smith, which was canceled. But what's been a really cool thing, we've really talked about it on Guerrilla Radio, is that a lot of the good teams are just like kind of clumping up and saying, hey, we're going to wrestle each other now.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
right, we got no choice. We can't avoid you. We can't try to, hide. We're going to just go at it.
Cody, was Highland and Trikoff when you guys were there?
No.
I know they used to be. So someone was saying, because Trikoff got canceled, you go Portage, Franklin, Cathedral, and Crown Point, and that's generally the guys that are the top 4 there, and they're like, hey, let's just do a quad that day, which is really cool. It's not, it sucks because, it's maybe a match that Lake Station would get, but early on, but, you get these guys wrestling. I think next weekend or the weekend after, you're going to have Crown Point, Brownsburg, Warren Central, Center Grove, Perry Meridian at Perry Meridian. So
yeah, that's really good.
So just kind of get a quick rundown of the matches. You got Nathan May of John Glenn and Jacob Strominski of Hanover Central on mat 1. May's ahead on that one. On mat 2, you have Skyler Iverson and Cade Keller. Cade Keller up 8-3 on Skyler Iverson. Looks like it's pretty close to a fall here. On mat 3, you have Alexander Hogan 10-1 and James Jet Stokes.
Which one is mat 4?
And mat
4
4
is the one right in.
I know it was a joke.
Okay. Sorry, I just rejoined.
And Alejandro Ramos and Braden Brown. Legacy Christian's got a lot of real tough kids, man. You guys used to do an Ohio tournament, right?
Yeah, it was called the St. Xavier Invitational in Cincinnati. And actually, it was back then we didn't. St. Paris Graham was there. They were still. That was when Jordan initially got there, so they hadn't got to the level that they are at now. But
guys, let's move over to mat number 3 with James Jet Stokes and Alexander Hogan, 3-2 in favor of Stokes.
They and Jeff Jordan. If you watch the media, you watch the news, you can see his brother in the Senate, big time in Ohio. Big time wrestlers.
That was before all those guys got there, and then another one was Brecksville was there. It was another really good team out of Ohio. So
yeah,
it was fun. I mean,
so a couple falls on 1 and 2.
Yeah, Nathan May of John Glenn gets the fall on mat 1.
And Ison gets the fall on mat 2.
The match you're watching here, Hogan of River Forest now up 4-3 over Stokes of Benton Central.
Looking on the cradle.
And Cody, so when you guys, obviously you're younger than we were. There wasn't as much media coverage. There wasn't as much, you knew a little bit of guys coming into high school. You just graduated, so when you see all these guys that are coming out, all these freshmen that are tough, how is that, different? Because when we were there, it was oh, this guy looks pretty good, and then you end up he's being good.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you get a lot more, you can, find out easier about, the past matches they wrestled and, how tough they are. And you can see who they've faced before.
Did you go based off of Mike's rankings?
No.
nah.
You can also look at
it's all right, man. You did.
No, you can look at their past tournaments on track now because normally they'll stay on there and you can look at the people that they faced.
Yeah, and I think some of them have matches, right? You could actually go back and watch
Yes.
for matches.
They're only 80%, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you can just YouTube it and they'll just have a match on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of kids want to show their talents.
There's gonna be a fall. Hogan.
That would have been Mike. Mike would have been that guy to post all his videos.
Yeah, man. I'm still waiting for him to upload. I'm trying to figure out how to take VHS to YouTube. It's tough.
I think my brother Paul can help you with that.
I can take care of that for you. So we had a fall over on mat number 3, which is our featured match there. Alexander Hogan of River Forest gets the win.
And there goes the doggo with his book bag again. I don't think I ever found out what was in it.
Now he's got Williams with the book bag too.
Yeah.
Now we're on mat number 1. Bentley Whitmer of John Glenn versus Wyatt Jaleel. I apologize.
Fairhaven, undefeated freshman.
The 8-0 on the season. Whitmer up 2-0. 40 seconds to go in the first.
I'm at 2. You're going to have another Fairhaven Christian, Click Damron, 6'2" junior, and Wayne Flora.
Let's go over to mat number 3, guys. Stephen Roberson, junior of Crown Point, taking on Sam Crisp of Benton Central. Want to get that one. The Roberson family always vigilant followers and commenters, so we want to make sure we get Stephen on there.
Yeah, I think they're doing a
there.
little viewing party today.
Yeah, want to thank everybody who's watching that. Not going to say where, but they're watching that all together.
I was talking about it when they wrestled Chesterton. I think Junior Roberson might use his length better than anyone in the state. Like, his head and hand defense is tough to get to. It's just a different feel. You don't get a lot of guys that are that tall at that weight.
Nice snap down.
Roberson up 6-3, just over a minute to go in the first. Make that 8-3.
So now he's going to look to get a fall here.
Yeah, I wonder what some of their strategy is with as far as trying to get in a little bit of wrestling shape, with the lack of matches, right? Maybe they're trying to work a little more, wrestle a little more live before they, try to pin the guy. Because honestly, when a guy's outmatched, and you can tell.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he's just kind of working a little bit to
I'm sure.
make sure you get a little extra conditioning.
Me and Cody were talking about one of the matches earlier where, there were some scramble situations where a kid, if he turned in, he might have had a fall. And it comes down to a lot of mat time. Like, you just got to get that feel. And, these guys wrestle all year round. They're getting 100 matches a year easy, since they were probably like 8.
We had a fall over on mat number 2. Clint Dameron of Fairhaven pinned Wayne Flora of Glenn. Oh, no, the clock ran out before the fall there, it looked like.
Then there's a fall for Junior Roberson. So good work for him in this first round. We talked about, me and Cody were talking about a little bit on the area similar to Maldonado would run them and get like a match out of the way. So even though you had a hard practice probably in the room before you come down, it's easy to get that good match where you get a lot of good takedowns, get a lot of your attacks, And he's going to be looking for a rematch of last year with Kyson Montgomery, where he took the match here, but he lost in the state quarterfinals, right?
Yeah, there was a couple, right? Wasn't there a couple that wrestled here in that championship that ended up wrestling at the state tournament?
Yeah.
Mat 2, there was a fall.
Yep, there was the fall finally on mat 2. I called it a little bit early, but it eventually happened.
Now wrestling on mat number 3, we have Tony Tooley of Hanover Central, 1-1 junior, and Dylan McClevey of Brownsburg, 5-1 junior. I was talking to Derek, and Derek said they have a lot. Derek Snyder of Brownsburg. They said they have a bunch of guys out due to quarantining and contact tracing. But I said, with their depth, it's good to get those younger guys in the room and get, just extra reps.
Yeah, definitely. Especially this year, because that's even, less matches. Because I don't know how much JV there really is, right?
No, early on,
there?
that said that's what was getting canceled a lot was
Yeah.
JV tournaments
Yeah.
and women's wrestling.
Yeah.
Gavin Brown of Legacy is wrestling on mat 2 right now.
Yeah, so he's the number 1 ranked wrestler in Ohio. He's ranked 17th in the country.
Yeah, we're going to go over there, so our region audience can check him out. That's
He won
Gavin Brown.
Yeah, he
in
won
the,
Indiana mat.
Dark blue and light blue there.
Yeah, they must have had some scheduling issues also out there, Trying to get in.
Well, they were scheduled to be here. They were trying to get some Illinois teams to come through. They really wanted to make this a real tough schedule, tough tournament.
Now, what's the travel restrictions here?
I'm not really sure, but probably the same thing. Ohio.
Well, that's what I
the
mean. I
fall
know
for
Indiana,
them.
we have some kind of weird rule about
Ohio, you can
distance.
go anywhere, yeah.
Well, I know there, but we also, I don't think could take somebody from, I think it's 300 miles or something.
Yeah, was it 500 round trip?
I think so. Something like that. Indiana seems to be a little bit more restrictive in that compared to some other neighboring states.
But I did hear that they were going to lift it this year before all this.
Which is, not good.
You would think that this year they'd be a little bit tighter about that.
Yeah, but I think too is even if you go to a tournament like within that range, somebody from out of that range can't be there.
Yeah,
Right.
like we
You
can't
know?
go to the Dvorak because like a team from Florida comes there.
Right, which is
Cody Goodwin with a hard double here on mat number 2. Cody Goodwin ranked number 2 at 145, so he's looking for a matchup with number 1 Gavin Brown.
We're going to go over to mat number 2 here, guys. That Cody Goodwin match. He's taking on Carlos Saros of Morton.
So
You're watching coverage of the
try to stack this
2020
here.
Watching coverage of the 2020 Carnahan Memorial Invitational here on the Region Sports Network, presented by Team Toyota on 41 in Schererville. Toyotathon is on at Team Toyota.
And give a shout out to one of my former coaches watching, John Hernandez. He was a big part of our East Chicago history there.
Nice.
Basically coached pretty much every state qualifier up until 2003 or so, maybe 2000.
It's a lot of legacy over there.
At that time, yeah, he was an important part of that.
Here
He did a lot of the leg work.
on mat number 4, you have Ian Gonzalez of Hebron up 8-5 over Adam Martin of Glenn.
Fall there for Cody Goodwin.
Let's go over to mat number 4, the end of this match here.
If you're watching, we appreciate you guys spending your Saturday with us. You know, here before Christmas.
Yeah, and we expanded our coverage. We're on YouTube, right, streaming now. And we had a lot of folks asking about that during football season and trying to make it happen here during wrestling. So youtube.com/Region Sports. On Facebook, a few different pages. Facebook.com/Region Sports, Facebook.com/Crown Point Sports, RegionSports.com, CrownPointSports.com, all over the place here today.
Mendez is up on mat 1 versus Holden Deno of Benton Central.
So as Ian Gonzalez now up 10-5, we're going to switch over here to that Jesse Mendez match over on mat number 1.
Mendes with the quick takedown. Good double leg. He's going to go into this Turk. He's going to get 5 on this. I think that you got to fall with the Turk.
Jesse Mendez with the fall.
I think Bill Hawkins taught him that.
I think that whole region group really likes that Turk.
Yeah, that's Alex Sertz's special.
Alex will be joining us later on today. Coming by for an interview.
He can talk to us about that.
Yeah, we'll ask him how to get in that Turk position and why those guys use that so well. Stefan Michik used that a lot.
Yeah.
Jason was really good with that.
Yeah, I think his, theory behind is getting 5, right? Getting scoring points.
Yeah. So we got a win here on mat number 4.
Yeah, pretty much there's only one match going on right now. And that's an 11-0 match. So. Our new match on mat number 1, you have Zach Atkinson of Benton Central taking on Michael Bingham of Wheeler. Mat 2, Joseph Henry of Benton Central taking on Ethan Cooper of Legacy Academy. Mat 3, Dylan McKelvey of Brownsburg up 11-0 over Tony Tully of Hanover. And our new match on mat number 4, Will Ozalewski of Fairhaven taking on Cameron LaCour of Legacy.
So Cameron LaCour is the number 1 ranked wrestler at 126 in Ohio. He's coming up to 38 today to wrestle with Mendez, so that's pretty cool.
So we're going to cut to that one here on mat number 4. That's the Cameron LaCour Ozalewski match.
I know you and I have talked about it before. Fairhaven used to bust a bunch of kids to all the tournaments, and they've done a ton in the wrestling. Cody, have you ever wrestled in the Fairhaven guys or no? Me neither. But I know on the
They were big in the kids stuff.
Yeah.
A long time ago. I think with high school, I don't know what's
they're non-IHSA.
Yeah.
But I know they're right by Chesterton High School.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of crossover with the youth programs.
Are they trying to become sanctioned with them or no? You don't know.
I don't think so.
I keep pushing that whoever wins the 1A team state in 2 weeks, they should just set up a grudge match and wrestle them.
And I'm
That'd
not
be
sure
cool.
if there's a minimum amount of sports they need to have to be, I should say,
I
because I'm not
gotcha.
sure what other sports they offer there
Right.
either.
Yeah.
Men number 2, 160 pounds.
But they've been a big part of the wrestling scene for a long
Oh
time.
yes, as long as I've been wrestling.
Well, we are going to have
Quite
a
a
new
long
team
time.
in the tournament. Ileana Christian is tournament eligible.
Are they eligible this
okay.
year?
I believe they are eligible this year.
I seen they've been competing,
That's good.
which is good because they were an Illinois school. They had competed in the ISHA. So
Yeah, they tried to get a waiver to join the tournament a year early. They were unsuccessful. I'm pretty sure they're tournament. It's either this year or next year, but I think it's this year.
so you're gonna have Javin Estrada now on mat number 3 from Crown Point.
He's going to be over on mat number 3. The match we're watching here, Cameron LaCour up 2-0.
Got some blood time. A lot of blood on the mat. They're gonna have to clean that up probably. So we'll probably switch mats here. You want to go to? We can go to mat number 3, Javin Estrada and Titus Ramos of Fairhaven Christian. Estrada, Illinois State placer last year, coming over. Real good motor. Like doesn't stop moving, just constantly going forward. He had that real good match with Brock Ellis against Chesterton. Even the match with not Cortez, but who did he wrestle from Lake Central? Ponce.
Ponce, yeah.
Cradle here.
Now the team tournament, that's going to be next weekend?
I think,
Team state?
yeah, I believe they're doing the announcement tomorrow on Dane's show.
Okay.
So they're going to have all the team seeds. Crown Point's not in. Chesterton is this year, which is really cool. Hobart is. Hobart's in the 3A, so they kind of did like a 4A stronger division with bigger classes, and you can kind of age out. You can petition, and then they're going to have the 3A. Hobart's in there. I think they have a pretty good shot.
So it was 3 last year. They did that.
Yeah, there's the 3.
Okay, now it's 4.
And then 2A, I don't believe any of the region teams are in. Really, we don't have a ton of like smaller schools like
Right.
that are like really good wrestling program. Like not like I mean River Forest is getting there. I know Gavitt was on the cusp. They were voting a couple times, and I know they're down number wise.
So Javin Estrada got the fall. We're over on mat number 2 now. Cody, what's our matchup over there on mat 2?
We got Jake Seraphin from Wheeler and Jacob
That's a good one. Poritz is of Hebron.
Man number 1, 100.
I didn't mean to throw that at you. I didn't look at the name.
Yeah.
From Orlando Cruz.
Seraphin up 2-0.
On deck, man number 1, 160 pounds. From Eastern, West Buckley, and from John Blaney.
Over on mat number 1, Zach Atkinson's up 12-2. Oh, that
Looks
one.
like a new
just
match
hit
on
me.
mat number 1. You're gonna have Orlando Cruz and Hoover of Hanover Central. So Cruz is gonna be on mat 1.
Let's go over mat number 1 here.
The watching party said we need more Crown Point all the time.
That's not surprising.
So we should have a code word every time we say that word.
Yeah.
Want to recognize more of our sponsors of today's coverage, including Knight Automotive, providing ASE certified technician work. Steam Whistle Coffee Roasters, proudly serving the freshest roasted coffee in town. Crown Point Booster Club, sporting Crown Point Wrestling. And Pet Supplies Plus in Lafayette. Shop online at PetSuppliesPlus.com.
Cruz with another takedown to make it 6-2. It's a pretty decent match here with LaCroix and Wisniewski. Wisniewski's kind of going at him pretty tough here.
Yeah, under a minute to go, 4-2 in favor of LaCroix. Let's actually switch there to
gonna
mat number 4. We'll get back to that Orlando Cruz match.
What'd you guys call this? Cyclone? You had that like head and arm and roll?
Yeah, Cyclone or
Uh,
I'm trying to think of the other name we call it.
we used to call it like a Mills roll.
Yeah, Mills. I'm terrible with names. Don't ask me names and moves. I just know moves.
Just no moves? All right.
Is that bad?
I'm just
People
wa-
ask me how you do this.
What do you yell when
what
you're
move
like
is that?
coaching?
I'm just like,
do the one, do the move.
I mean, there's some names I know, like a double leg, but you know, outside of that, I'm not sure.
Cruz up 12-5 now on mat 1.
It's now 8-2 in favor of Cameron LaCroix. So it was 4-2 when we switched there. Now it's 8-2. We got a close one over on mat number 2. Brazos of Hebron up 5-4 over Schererville of Wheeler as we start the third. Let's go over to that one.
And Cruz with the fall. So Crown Point, a lot of falls this round. I don't think they've lost one yet. So they've won every match this round. We got a good mullet here on mat number 1.
Seen a lot of good mullets this year in the few broadcasts we've done.
We can ask Alex about that too. I think Jason tried to bring that back. That was the Jason had that mullet, and everyone was wearing mullets.
7-5 now in favor of Schererville of Wheeler here. It's 160 pounds. That's the match you're watching here. New match on mat number 1, Bryce Buckley of Eastern and Aiden Johnson of Glen.
Bryce Buckley was a state qualifier 2 years ago, lost a year to injury for Eastern.
New match on mat 3, Griffin Eisen of Brownsburg and Hayden Price of Wheeler. Over on mat number 4, Cameron Cura now up 10-3.
Griffin Eisen's been wrestling well. Looks like he's going to try to go upper body here. So 10-3, Cameron LaClure of Legacy Academy is up over Will Wisniewski of Fairhaven. Wisniewski's still fighting here, though. Fall there by Bryce Buckley. He's a little kind of stocky, short guy, huh?
That was a tight headlock. That's for sure.
Cody, have you competed against a lot of these teams here? Wheeler,
Yeah, we would dual Wheeler.
Wheeler's like in your guys', or no, you guys are in the conference with like Lowell and them, right?
Yes.
I'm sure you've seen like Ham and Morton at the Harvest. You guys were at the Harvest, right?
Yeah, we are. And then we also dual Morton as well.
What would be more, kind of get you going a little bit more, get your blood going a little bit more? One of those conference meetings, a Highland Munster duel or Lowell or a tournament like this where you're facing some kids out of the area to kind of show, what Highland can do. What would kind of amp you up a little bit more?
I actually like wrestling people from different schools out of the region. It gives you a better feel.
But you did nod and smile when I mentioned Munster, because that had to, that rivalry there between Highland and Munster was.
Yeah.
The rival really with the fall.
The rival for that really flies with football, though.
That's true.
Who's your guys' wrestling rival?
I say Gavitt.
Gavitt.
That's always an early season one too, isn't it?
Yes. We faced him like 3 or 4 times throughout the year.
We're now focused here on mat number 1, Patrick Adamczyk of Hebron taking on Jorge Almarez of River Forest. Adamczyk up 2-0, just over a minute remaining in the first. That's at 182 pounds. Our new match on mat number 2, Nick Vargas of Morton taking on Nick Cicerelli of Brownsburg.
Yeah, Cicerelli's had a nice run there. He was a guy that was a backup his first year, and then got in the lineup last year and had a nice run for the Bulldogs.
On mat 3, we have Sam Chambers of Hanover Central and Gideon Ramos of Fairhaven. Cameron LaCour now up 15-3 on match number 3, about 90 seconds remaining. We're focusing here again on Adamczyk and Almarez. Adamczyk up now 6-0.
Gideon Ramos looks like he's pretty solid for Fairhaven.
He gets the fall.
LaCroix with the fall.
LaCour gets the fall, excuse me.
You would think, and not that there's like a lot of recruiting, but you would think Chesterton would try to go over and get some of these Fairhaven kids. They're right there. Like they're on the other side of 8094. So I think their school's right there, right?
Yeah,
right by the dunes.
Yep.
I mean, Gideon Ramos is a guy that probably fit in their lineup pretty well.
Gideon Ramos gets the fall.
Oh, but that's he's got it related to the coach or so, right?
Is he?
I believe so. I think that's Alex Ramos. Maybe related to Alex Ramos.
Really?
I know the coach right there.
Yeah.
That's his cousin or something.
Oh, okay.
So that might be his son, maybe.
Nice.
That is something like that. But I know that's his cousin for sure.
But I know
the coach.
And they're pretty like close and like.
Then you say Ramos.
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense. Could be.
I mean, it's not like it's an uncommon name.
Well, yeah, but I know for sure that the coach is his cousin. So
Yeah,
I'm
he
sure
looks
he's
pretty
related.
good.
A couple new matches starting here. Mat 3, you have Andrew Edwards of Fairhaven taking on Jackson Mullencup of Wheeler. That's at 182 pounds. Mat number 4, 145. Satbir Singh of Brownsburg taking on Luke Hensner of Eastern. Match you're watching here, Adamczyk of Hebron now up 8-0. 90 seconds remaining in the second.
So they have a team score. Let's see what the team scores are going on right now.
At the fall on mat number 1. Let's go over to mat number 2. So you have Vargas of Morton, Nick Vargas taking on Nick Cicerelli of Brownsburg. That one is, we'll get the score update for you here in a second. Again, a couple of these mats we can't see the score.
It's 5-3 right now.
5-3, thank you.
In
Your
favor of
internet's a little bit
Brownsburg.
faster than mine. It's in favor of Cicerelli. That is at 160 pounds.
You just got a reversal, making it 7-3.
This is the quarterfinal round of the Carnahan Memorial Invitational. Nathan Laird and Mike Reiser, Bobby Joe Maldonado, Cody Lanieve here on the call. Our executive producer is Chris Ramirez. On the camera, we have Giovanni Alcantar and Joe Colvin.
Yeah, Nate, we talked about it earlier. They had Coach Carnahan's son Don out here.
Nice shot by Cicerelli.
You know, a really good memorial tournament. You know, I've talked before with some people about, you know, sometimes you have memorial tournaments and they're not, you know, really a solid tournament. You're like, oh man, that's kind of, you know. But this one's good, and I think they're really honoring Coach Carnahan's memory.
Yeah, I think it's been as long as we've been around, right? How long
Yeah.
has it been as the name at least too, right?
Yeah, but I believe this used to be like the end of Crown Point season. They wouldn't wrestle when Coach Link was here. They wouldn't wrestle any like holiday tournaments.
Coach Link is still here,
Yeah, he's
just in a different capacity.
yeah, definitely pretty cool that he's taking that route. So team scores right now. Give me a second here. Crown Point's in first with 111. Brownsburg in second with 79.5. John Glenn in third with 70. Fairhaven Christian in fourth with 68. In fifth place, Legacy Academy. In sixth place, Twin Lakes. So the next round's a big point round, the semifinals.
Cicerelli locking up for Cradle in that too.
Brownsburg's pretty good up top also, 82, 95,
Got the
220.
I'm assuming they're going to run pretty much straight through.
Yeah.
They're not going to take any break, really. Formats, though, runs pretty quick.
Oh, yeah. So on mat 1, you have Sam Lapdot of Brownsburg. You have Colton Zablekis of Hanover Central.
Which I was going to say, I feel like they ran only 3 last year, right?
Yeah, I think so. On mat 2, you have Deon Hearn of River Forest, a junior 10-2, and Brody Porter, who's ranked in the state. Brody Porter was a state qualifier last year for Eastern Greentown. Ooh, good takedown there by Hearn. Mat number 2.
If you're looking for coverage from the Hobart Duels, that is now live on Facebook.com/Region Sports. It'll be up on RegionSports.com very shortly.
I'm glad they ended up getting Eastern Greentown in here, too, because I think that those guys have had some real tough guys. They had Evan Ellis a couple years ago at heavyweight, so you can kind of get a little bit more. So maybe the guys you can see at the state finals.
Yeah, you get comparables to other matches, other results.
What was the Cody? What was the furthest you guys had wrestled? Like, did you guys go anywhere pretty far, or do you guys have any overnights?
No, we didn't have any overnights.
Did you
I
get?
think the big tournaments we had was like county and the harvest.
Yeah. Hogan looks pretty strong.
He is.
Or Hearn, Deanne Hearn looks like he's pretty strong. You wrestled Deanne Hearn last year?
Yeah, I wrestled him twice. He's actually a second-year wrestler.
Have you ever wrestled Brody Porter in some off-season stuff or no?
Mm-mm.
So we got Lake Central wrestling legend Kyle Ayersman here coaching with the Bulldogs. Renowned White Sox fan.
The king of the single leg, huh?
Yeah.
The outside single, left side.
Yeah, he ran it pretty good. But I think he only had like 2 losses in his career.
Yeah.
Not bad.
There's a fall on mat 3. Fairhaven over Wheeler.
That's deep on for Porter here. There's the fall for Brody Porter of Eastern. Sam Lepat of Brownsburg up 13-4 on mat number 1. Try to follow along on track. I'm going to try to see if we're any comments on there as we go. On the Facebook page here. Oh, don't worry about it.
182 pounds from Twin Lakes, Dalen Reese, and from Crown Point, Seth Williams. All right, man number 1, not that man number 1, 220 pounds from Brownsburg, Isaiah Street, and from John Glenn, Wayne Perry.
We have Seth Willems on mat number 1, Crown Point. Right here in front of us on mat number 3, looks like you have Nick Tatini, or mat number 4, you have Nick Tatini.
We'll put that Tatini match on.
I think Nick Tatini's out for the most weight jumped in an off-season. Went from 38 state qualifier to 170.
Wow.
So you're going to have a lot of Crown Point on the mat here. You have Tatini on mat 4. Looks like you have Clark on mat 2. Now, mat 1, you have Seth Willems. So, Paul Clark, a freshman, 220 here, wrestling Ethan Silver. Silver put on some weight too. Silver was, what was he last year? 170.
Yeah, I believe so.
So he's jumped some weight also. And Nick Tatini and Juan Guerrero of East Chicago.
Silver's rocking the mullet too.
Deep under here by Clark. They said that they're twins at 95, 220, but their dad was a state medalist at Maryville.
Who's that?
Clark's. I think Joe Clark is the dad.
Mike, I don't want to say you're getting that call out here. Our prediction's being made towards you on our Facebook comments.
What are they saying?
We have Yusuf Mohamed saying, Mike Reiser, you heard it here. Gideon Ramos wins the tournament.
Nice. Yus is my boy, so Even though he likes to give me a hard time sometime on Guerrilla Radio, he's one of the guys that's in the comments a lot. Does a good job. His son had a real good run wrestling in college, and that's kind of the end goal, especially as a parent. You want your kids to be able to do what they love at the highest level.
Tatini gets the fall here on mat number 4. We'll go over to mat number 1.
Again, so I seen that Paul Clark wrestled David Gould of Cathedral last week really close. David Gould, really good wrestler from Cathedral. I seen Riley Bettish made the prediction that Paul Clark will win a state title before he graduates. Hanover Central looking for a fall. There's the fall for Mitchell Osman of Hanover Central over Nathan Herr at 195.
Matt one, he's locking up a cradle. Gotta take it over. Oh, time just ran out.
So now you're going to have Will Clark at 195 and Cade Gardner of Brownsburg. So this one will be, Crown Point hasn't lost a wrestler this round. This will be a big one here. Good attack there by Cade Gardner here on mat number 4. Silver and Clark, is it still 0-0 over there? Paul Clark, Ethan Silver, still 0-0.
What are these guys ranked again? Crown Point and Brownsburg?
They're not,
Teams.
they are not ranked. Not,
Brownsburg's not
or in the team states,
That's what I'm talking about, the teams.
I think 3 and 6 now. You know what Joe says.
What's that?
There's a site for this, but let me I can look it up. I know Dane just released some new state rankings, so not the power poll. Power poll is just a reflection of the state rankings here. Crown Point's number 4. Brownsburg's number 6.
Oh,
Silver with a big headlock here. Wow. Oh, that's pretty tight. We can't see the clock, so we don't know what kind of time's left.
Right.
Seth Williams with the fall on mat number 1.
I'll tell you what, that takes a lot of energy out of you, though, regardless.
Let's go over to mat number 2 here, Giovanni.
He's getting bellied out.
Nice. That was a good turn into the legs
blood
there.
time.
Yeah.
You're always supposed to turn to the legs, right?
Yeah, you're supposed to.
When you
Try to-
lose that.
So we can go probably here to number 4. Looks like it's a pretty good one. We're going to have Isaiah Street on mat number 1. Isaiah Street was an animal in football this year. Brownsburg was able enough to be on ESPN. They played one of the Ohio teams. I forget which school. He's like a D-end. He was in the backfield every play. And then you'll have Leighton Jones at heavyweight, who was their tight end, and he's huge. And he's a sophomore.
So you're saying he could beat you?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
he's probably bigger and faster and stronger than me, so
But other than that,
I got some age on him.
Right.
So Isaiah Street with the fall.
Mike's the crafty veteran.
Exactly.
That guy was a monster at tight end. He runs crisp routes. He has good hands. He blocks well. He's probably going to play Division I football
Mike, how come
someday.
you don't do football for us now?
I don't know, man.
We're going to have to get you on the mic in the fall, too. Got a lot of blood over there on mat number 2. It's going to be a little bit before we go back over there. Over on mat number 3, you have Dominic Sosmos from Hebron taking on Elijah Buckley of Eastern 2-1 in favor
Oh,
of
good
Dominic.
pick. That's a good ankle pick over there.
Let's go over to mat number 4. You have Will Clark of Crown Point taking on Cade Gardner of Brownsburg. It's at 195 pounds, 2-1 in favor of Garner in the second.
The Clark brothers are actually pretty good leggers here, too. A good first move here by Gardner. Oh, wait for that loop. We got a fall on 3.
Semi-illegal neck whip, right?
Yeah, so I think I said that last year.
It's
So
kind of like a judgment call, really.
you can't grip the chin, right?
You're not supposed to torque it or something. I don't know. It's some
It's different.
Some verbiage in it that I guess you can
it's different than when we wrestle because I think Frankie DeBusk used to
yeah,
rip
you
dudes'
could do
heads
it.
off.
Yeah, you could whip it all day. It's
Like dudes were like getting.
anywhere.
There's guys that are getting neck surgeries right now that wrestled here.
He beat some pretty good guys with it, I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, Dan Jankowski. So it looks like they're gonna hold the semis, but we're gonna have on mat number 3, you're gonna have Jeffrey Bailey, Evan Cruz. That'll be a really good match.
Yeah, I was looking ahead to this because we are ahead of schedule. We had the preliminaries, quarterfinals, and wrestlebacks. We're supposed to be before the lunch break. So there's supposed to be lunch and then the semis and second wrestlebacks, but it looks like I'm not quite sure exactly where we're going to go next.
So Gardner
Don't need a lunch
3-1
break
right
just
here. No, we probably don't need a lunch break. 3-1. But I'm not the one that controls this.
It's true.
Well, I think that too is you wrestle more consoles than semis. You need to catch up some of that.
So 3-1, Cade Gardner here against Will Clark of Crown Point.
So we're going to be kind of playing the schedule by ear here, seeing what's up next.
Yeah, I think usually you would do 2 championship and then a console and then
Yeah.
semis.
Yeah,
We're here at Crown Point High School.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to run them together.
We appreciate everyone tuning in.
we got coverage from the Hobart Super Duels. Brandon Root, Louis Acuna, Dante Colza over there at Hobart.
Yeah, those guys did a really good job last Saturday. I was able to kind of tune in, listen. We're doing the bunch of softball stuff. So now we have a semifinal, mat number 3, Evan Cruz and Jeffrey Bailey. That should be a really good match.
Yeah, let's go over to mat 3. We'll keep you updated on mat 2. Cade Garner leads Will Clark 3-1.
Jeff Bailey ranked number 2 in the state at 106. Once I seen Evan Cruz made weight, so he'll be in the next state rankings at 106 also.
New match on mat number 1. You have Jaleel Wright of Fairhaven taking on Jack Reinhardt of Hebron. That's in the consolation bracket.
And it's always crazy to see the transition. There you go, the big guys to
Right.
the little guys.
Yeah.
They look so much smaller.
It's hard to believe they're same age group.
Yeah, exactly.
'Cause I don't know about you guys, but I was never that small. So,
Bob was.
I was never that big. Yeah, I started off at 103.
Good shot here by Bailey.
That was actually one of my favorite weights to wrestle because you get to go first.
Cruz attacking an egg here, but Bailey's going to try to stack it and get some back points. They're going to have to watch that knee there. Potentially dangerous there.
Cody, what'd you wrestle at in high school?
I wrestled 52 and 60
Every year?
every year. I wrestled 52 for my first 3 years and then 60 my last year.
And where you at down at Wabash?
Oh,
57?
I'm probably going to go 65.
Wabash
got
has a
two
good program.
Yes.
Sure, you're itching to get started down there. You mentioned to me the other day so much running.
Yeah, we were doing a lot of running, and then the coaches was like, the first time I heard a wrestling coach say we're not going to run you guys because he's like, you guys signed up for wrestling, not cross country.
So 15 seconds left here in the first. Still 0-0, Cruz and Bailey. Shot here by Bailey. 7 seconds. There's 5 seconds left there. Bailey gets a takedown to make it 2-0.
Larry Babcock reffing that match. He was on our call the other day of Lake Central Crown Point. I told him we'd give him a hard time, but we're not going to do that.
He hasn't made a mistake yet.
Not unless he deserves it.
Right. Mike could call him out later, don't worry.
Yeah, I will. I'll text him.
He likes to call officials out.
Allegedly. That's the rumor. I feel like I get that rep now. Make one questionable decision.
Yep.
So 2-0, Jeff Bailey heading into the second period. And this has probably been our most competitive match of the day so far, but that's what you would assume in the semis. You start getting some more competitive matches.
All right, if you're just joining us, we are a little bit ahead of schedule. We're pretty far ahead of schedule here. We're running the semifinal round. That, on the initial schedule they had sent out, wasn't supposed to start till 1 o'clock. So we're getting those in some of the wrestlebacks, the consolation rounds.
So Bailey riding tough here. Got that cross wrist ride.
Yeah, this will be big if he can ride him out for this whole period.
Looks like he's going for like a ball and chain here.
At mat number 3, it's still a close one between Garner and Clark. It's 3-2 now in favor of Garner. Minute 25 remaining.
Good job there. Garner looks like he's like a big, strong, athletic kid going to that elevated underhook position.
We want to switch over to that match for the final? We'll keep it on Bailey Cruz.
Yeah, let's keep it on Bailey Cruz.
Okay. We'll keep you guys updated.
Paul Clark and Ethan Silver having a lot of blood time over here, so still in the same spot. A minute left here. Bailey's still riding tough. Now he's got like an ankle ride here. "40 seconds left in the second period. Clark getting like a... Garner got to be careful. He's going to get hit for a stall here.
It's under a minute remaining in that one.
Close here for a reversal.
Uh-oh.
20 seconds. It's going to be a reversal for Evan Cruz.
Tied up at 2.
All that work. If he gets one, he's at least good.
Yeah. Going to get that ankle back. Cruz in that like shot position there. 7 seconds.
He needs to
Just
be
kind of
working.
holding on, yeah.
He should be kicking out, working in or something.
We're going to
there you
switch
go.
over to mat number 4 for the final 20 seconds or so.
nothing. I wonder if Hidalgo's going to take that to the corner. He has to rehook that ankle.
That was pretty close there.
Yeah.
15 seconds remaining. Garner up 3-2. We're showing you the final few seconds of that match. Then we'll head back over to mat number 3.
So Bailey's going to go down. It's 2-2. Cruz looking to get the legs in. There's one boot.
Yeah, I
Kinda
think
on that hip a little bit,
He should have
though.
tried to get his one there instead of the 2.
Yeah.
It was
Get-
short time.
Get
right?
backs here. Got 2 swipes.
You're here on mat number 4, 3-2. Garner.
Got 2
up.
on the board.
That match is over. Kate Garner.
There's going to be a
No,
reversal.
he's
It's still
gotta
going to be
cut
4-4. Yeah, you
He's
got
gotta
to
cut him.
cut him.
Yeah.
Kate Garner gets the 3-2 win over on mat number 4. Back to mat number 3.
See, this is where that 1 point would have been
Yeah.
made the difference.
So Crown Point loses their first wrestler in the quarters. I believe it was Paul Clark. You got Darden Scherg down here in the corner for Crown Point. Darden Scherg, a Wabash alum.
Yes, he is.
So is that score? Should it be?
It's 4-4.
4-3.
Just- It should be 4-4, right?
Oh, he got takedown. 2
Takedown,
then
reversal.
Right. and then he got a
Reversal, 2 near fall.
New match on mat number 4. You have
Minute left.
Zach Vanderwall of Benton Central taking on Michael Schreiber of Fairhaven. It's at 2:20.
So Bailey's going to be content to try to get a turn
Yeah,
here.
that's risky.
40 seconds remaining.
Because I believe he gave up the reversal with 15 left
Yeah,
last.
19.
So 30 seconds left. Cruz got to get an escape here. 1 wins it here for Evan Cruz.
Yep.
Still
Wow.
in blood time over on mat number 2. Ethan Silver.
Now you got to ride him out. You just hold it.
I think it's
That third
17.
one.
Oh,
Or you get back. Oh, that's
that's
oh,
back
man.
points. Oh, that should have been backs. I thought he had 2 back
That was
point there.
tough. It was a tough call there. How high was he? You know, I think
Yeah.
that's still considered a high bridge.
His Hawk. He's saying hi to Bobby Joe.
Yeah.
Hawk letting that,
He
that
knows.
hair grow.
He knows what'll happen to him if he doesn't.
So
One of these days we'll get him back on the headset.
Me and Hawk got a love-hate relationship.
me and Hawk got a love relationship.
Yeah. Kind of like me and Hidalgo, too. I guess everyone's like that.
Yeah,
me.
with you. Not me and you, man. So
Except me and you.
sudden,
you're right.
sudden victory on mat 3 here. Jeff Bailey and Evan Cruz. Tough ride there for Jeff Bailey.
Over on mat number 1, Jaleel Wright leads Jack Reinhardt 4-2. Minute remaining in that match. It's in the consolation round of
Got tagged there
106.
by Cruz.
Oh,
Doesn't have his hands. Right here, you're going to stuff head and attack ankles.
yeah. See, I'm going to talk about this overtime, man. I think the longer I've been around, I think you just have to kind of weather the storm, you know,
Ooh,
and not attack.
go rubber knee
Not
here.
attack too
Turning, that's
crazy.
going to be takedown for Jeff Bailey.
See, this is the thing. We're taught to go after that, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that's not a smart choice sometimes, you know?
Good sportsmanship there at the end. By in a tough fought match, Jeff Bailey kind of tapped Evan Cruz on the head and gave each other a hug. And
Yeah.
that was a good match there in the semifinal.
And then wrestle some more.
Yeah, I mean, that could be a semi-state, matchup, semi-state final, semi-state quarterfinal, semi-state, semifinal.
So we're over on mat number 1 now as Jaleel Wright leads 5-2 over Jack Reinhardt. 40 seconds remaining in that match. Our next matchup on match number 3. I have that for you here in just a second.
It's going to be Dylan Campbell of Legacy Academy and Darren Bowles of Brownsburg. Dylan Campbell of Legacy Academy, nationally ranked number 8. Freshman, we were talking a little bit. He's a middle school state champ in Ohio, where it's not like Indiana where it's like a kind of an open tournament. You have to, every middle school wrestles and you have to win it.
And that's a semifinal match over there. So we're going to go over there to mat number 3. I think they're about ready to wrestle over on mat number 2, a long stoppage.
Yeah, a lot of blood time.
Yeah,
So
I don't know, what is it? There's no time on blood?
yeah, 5 minutes. You get
That's what
5
I
minutes,
thought,
but it
5
was
minutes, but
both.
it's unlimited cleanup.
So I think
right?
the first was
Oh, they switched.
yeah, it
I
was
got
2
you.
different bloods. So you can get 10 minutes here of stoppage.
It's been a long stoppage over
Yeah,
there.
and it's unlimited cleanup, right? So that's some extra time you could take.
Dylan Campbell of Legacy up 5-0.
Nah, it's gonna be 8 now.
8-0
8.
now, excuse me.
Now he's got another turn. This might be it. He looks good.
Yeah.
If you're just joining us here, Legacy Academy coming to this tournament out of Ohio.
No Preston Haynes today. He was in the quarantine, so Preston Haynes, number 3 ranked in Indiana, is out of the lineup for Brownsburg.
So they're wrestling back on mat number 2. Ethan Silver of River Forest leads Paul Clark of Crown Point 5-1 in the third. We'll stay on that match for a little bit.
On mat number 1, now you're gonna have Anthony Ball and Anthony Ball's been wrestling really well. I mean, 2 years in a row he wrestled well. He came out the county last year, got a big win over Shammer, won the county.
Anthony Ball and Jonathan Schultz of
Yes.
River Forest on mat number 1. 5-2, the match you're watching here. Ethan Silver of River Forest leads Paul Clark of Crown Point.
Would you call stalemate there, or would you call a stall there when you're just holding that ankle?
Oh, I don't know. I kind of missed the sequence, but I don't know. I think the first one has to be stalemate. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
And then after that, the second one, I think then you're stalling. You know? I mean, I guess it's to me.
Take down for Ball.
To me, the interpretation is you're trying to avoid getting scored on, also, right?
Yeah. Ball at 113 on mat number 2, or mat number 3.
There's a stall call.
For Nathan May of John Glenn, a senior at 113. Ball up 2-0. Now you're going to have Logan Frazier on mat number 3.
You want to finish up this match first? Okay, we'll head over to mat number 3.
So you're going to have Logan Frazier and Cade Keller at Benton Central. Both sophomores. Frazier 10-1. Only loss coming to Zeke Seltzer of Cathedral.
And really, that was a key match. He didn't get pinned. He didn't get tech fault or anything, and he kept Crown Point in that duel, and that they were able to tie with that.
Deep legs right there for Frazier.
He should take his leg out. Take his leg out and pop right over. Kid will pop over.
And Zeke Seltzer is one of the best guys in the country.
Right.
Fall there for Anthony Ball.
He defeats Jonathan Schultz of River Forest in the semifinals at 113. This match you're watching here, Logan Frazier versus Cade Keller. Semifinals at 120. Frazier up 2-0. Minute remaining in the first.
Ethan Silver actually took that 5-4.
It's a good match there for Ethan Silver. Now you got Leighton Jones, the heavyweight for Brownsburg, ranked number 3 in the state, sophomore.
This one you were scared of earlier?
Scared?
You were talking about?
You guys asked me if he could beat me. I said he's faster, stronger, more youthful. Sometimes you just got to admit when you're defeated. Nah, he's a good kid, man. Real good football player.
So Frazier with the win over on mat number 3. Let's go over to. We want to watch the heavyweight match.
Yeah, we can watch it. I don't know where his opponent's at. He had 20 minutes to get ready.
Dawson
All that
Grott,
blood time.
Fairhaven.
Yeah.
Does he have Jack Reese of Crown Point? I'm not sure who he has.
He's got Dawson Grott of Fairhaven. Over at mat 4, we have John Mollencup of Wheeler and Colin Foy of Hanover Central. It's cut to mat number 4, the Greater South Shore Conference matchup.
Is it still a quarterfinal match?
This is a quarterfinal match, yes.
Lincoln Whitehead and Skyler Iverson. Lincoln Whitehead looks like he's trying to get a fall here on mat number 3.
Mat number 1, you have Ella McNulty of Twin Lakes taking on Eddie Clemmy of Benton Central.
Fairhaven was making him wait. Little gamesmanship.
We had the fall over there on match number 3, as Mike mentioned. Our score here, John Mollencup up 2-0 over Colin Foy. And this is the quarterfinals at 285.
At the deep half.
Man number 3, 120 pounds from Fairhaven, Wright, and from Hebron,
It was a little too high. You need to settle back some.
Yeah, you want to get more chest to chest there. There's the fall.
There's the fall, John Mollencup with the win.
Coach Link did it the nicest way, too.
He what?
He just kind of tapped it.
Yeah.
Some guys bury people, like make it so
Yeah.
the whole gym hears it. So we're still here on mat number 2. Leighton Jones, good shot there.
Maybe he's getting soft with his old age. Like we are.
Yeah. Jones will take that and let him up. 2-on-1 here.
It's around that heavyweight match now.
It's a good hard double. Now he's in the Turk position here. Adjusting his headgear, he's going to let him up. I think much like Logan Frazier, I think Leighton Jones was ranked as one of the top sophomores in the country.
What?
Good duck there by...
Yeah, we're still focusing here on mat number 2, guys.
Yeah.
Jones and Grott. On mat number 3, you have Bryson Marshall of Hebron and Wyatt Ozalewski of Fairhaven. And mat 4, Anthony Fortenberry of Hebron and Jacob Straminski of Hanover Central.
Jones sucking him back here, looking to get a fall.
Under a minute remaining in the first in that match.
Sometimes they make it wrestling look really easy, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not that easy.
No.
I remember I was watching Mendez at semi-state, and I said the same thing. He was just going through the motions.
Yeah, I was watching like a David Taylor match. He was wrestling someone like in the semis. He had a tech fall at the NCAAs. I'm like, I promise you, it's not that easy.
Yeah. It's a lot of time.
Leighton Jones up 8-2. 9-3 now in that match.
Man number 3, 126 pounds from Twin Lakes, Caleb Turner from Eastern Matt Grimes.
My boy Travis Kerber out here said he wants to see more Logan Frazier matches and hear the smooth voice of Mike Reiser.
Who said that?
Travis Kerber.
And if you're looking for coverage from the Hobart Super Duels, we got that live on regionsports.com, facebook.com/regionsports.
Looking for the fall here. You
Yep.
got it.
Leighton Jones with the fall. Let's
Right.
go over to match 4. Jacob Straminsky up 2-1 over Anthony Straminsky of Hanover Central, up 2-1 over Anthony Fortenberry of Hebron.
On deck, match number 2, 126
Yeah, Jack Reese coming out now.
Washington.
And Wiles of Eastern Greentown.
Hogan on deck, match number 2.
That's the last quarterfinal match of the round. Jack Reese, a big kid for a sophomore also.
Yep, we'll go over to the quarterfinal match. We're going to show quarterfinals and semifinals over consolation matches if we're given the option choice between.
For this?
On deck, match number 3, 132 pounds from River Forest, Alejandro Ramirez in Benton Central St. Chris. On deck, match number 3.
Yep. Hold on. They put it. It's on Indiana map. They put it on the.
The Tyson Montgomery in Cliff and match number 3.
Folks in here on mat number 2, Jack Reese of Crown Point, AJ Wiles of Eastern.
Yeah.
Quarterfinal round of 285. Over on mat number 1, we're still in the consolation round of 113. Eddie Clemmy of Benton Central over Ella McNulty, now 11-3. Finals, few seconds in that. Mat number 3, semifinals of 132. Kyson Montgomery of Brownsburg is going to be taking on Clint Dameron of Fairhaven. Consolation round at 113 on mat 4. Jacob Straminsky
Cool, no problem.
up 2-1 over Anthony Fortenberry.
Looks like me and Airsman have the same barber.
What's that?
Me and Airsman look like we
Yeah.
have the same barber.
Yeah. Supercuts.
Yeah, super cuts. I go East Chicago guy. I don't know what he goes to in Indianapolis. I go to a guy right here in Crown Point from EC. So
Yeah, same thing.
You're watching live coverage of the 2020 Carnahan Memorial Invitational here on the Region Sports Network, presented by Team Toyota on 41 in Schererville. Do business with the team that supports your sport. That's Team Toyota. Thanks to Jason Akers, everybody over at Team Toyota for their support of high school wrestling on the Region Sports Network. They're our presenting sponsor all season long.
yeah, I think both the Jason sons work there selling, and then Kevin Frazier Jr. I believe works there also.
You guys want to hear a funny story about Akers, Jason?
Is it appropriate for the air?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So we play poker together, and he took me out of the tournament, and I turned around and looked at him. I was like, "The Toyota, right?" He started laughing. Everybody started laughing because you know you see all
Yeah.
the signs and all that. So he just he had nothing to say. He was like,
We got a semifinal match on mat number 1. Bradley Whitmer of John Glenn and Legacy Academy's Logan Adsano. Oh, I guess it looks like it's over.
Yeah.
Too late on that one. I was listening to the story, man. I was laughing.
Over on mat 3, Kyson Montgomery of Brownsburg up 2-0 over Clint Dameron of Fairhaven. Under 30 seconds to go in the first. The match you're watching right here, Jake Reese of Crown Point up 5-0, 6-0 now over AJ Wiles of Eastern.
Jack Reese going to throw that? Oh, that's going to be it.
This is in the second. This is the final quarterfinal matchup. Jack Reese gets
With
the
the fall.
fall.
So now you're at 126. Brady Ison
Taking
of
on
Brownsburg.
Taking on Matthew Adamczyk of Hebron.
I was recently told by one of the good posters on Indiana Matt that I have Brady Ison ranked way too low.
"I'm sure that's the first time you heard something like that."
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
Not
hoping.
about him specifically, but you
No,
know,
I was happy
people
to
in general.
see. I thought we were going to see Chris Garcia here today. Looks like Blaze is out of the lineup, so.
Semifinal match at 126 on mat number 2. You have Christian Washington of Crown Point taking on Alexander Hogan of River Forest.
Yeah, Christian Washington I've been really impressed with. I think he's a pretty young wrestler. I don't think he has a lot of years on him either.
6-1 on the season as a freshman.
Yeah, it looks like River Forest got some guys too that are gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, Hidalgo's been around for a long time. He's a good coach. Yeah. I mean, you can speak more if he's a good coach or not. I know he's been around for a long time.
I don't think he's a good football coach, but he must be a better wrestling coach.
It's hard to transition from that statement. I don't know where we go next from there.
I better settle down. I'm talking.
Take down there by Ison.
I'm making a lot of enemies today, I think.
Hogan, a senior, 12-1 on the season.
We want to go over to mat number 2 or stay on mat 1?
We'll go mat number 2.
Let's go mat 2, Christian Washington and Alexander Hogan. Speaking of football coaches, we'll do a quick news update real quick in case you folks didn't see yesterday. Here at Crown Point, they're looking for a new football coach. Kevin Enright resigned from his position yesterday. Had been leading the Bulldogs since 2012. 3 sectional championships.
Good shot there. I'm sure that'll be a good position. I'm sure someone will want to take that job.
It's going to be a very, very popular job. That and Lake Central still open for hire. Giovanni Alcantar's alma mater, Lake Central Indians. Here, this match you're watching, Alexander Hogan up 2-1 over Christian Washington.
I think it makes it 4-1.
4-1 now, yeah.
Tyson Montgomery up 13-0. And Clint Damron, and right here in front of us, Jake Strominski of Hanover Central, a freshman, is up 10-0 or 10-4 on Anthony Fortenberry of Hebron.
Mat 1, Brady Ison up 2-0 over Matt Adamczyk of Hebron. If you're just joining us, we're pretty far ahead of schedule here. We're in the semifinal round already of the Carnahan, so it's going to be some adjustments to the schedule, to our broadcast schedule. So if you're looking at YouTube and seeing the pre-scheduled links, those are going to change once we get an update from the folks here at Crown Point, a new time frame of when things are going to be running. If you're looking for the Hobart Super Duels,
big here.
Hobart Super Duels available now at facebook.com/Region Sports.
Trying to get in a weird scramble spot here.
Yep.
There's going to be 2. I mean, Washington looks like he's a pretty good athlete. It's probably you're in that room every day wrestling.
Yeah, you're gonna get
wrestling
better pretty
monsters.
quick. Yeah, you're gonna get good real quick.
And it becomes like a pride thing too. Like if you're in there and you're wrestling these guys every day, you don't want to get whooped by your classmates.
It just takes one good day, to figure it out. You're like, you're in a group and you start beating some guys you don't normally beat, and then you're like, wow, maybe I'm a little better than I thought,
This is a really good opportunity for Washington with Sam Goyne dealing with an injury, to get some mat time. This could be a guy going forward. Oh, he's going for a mixer there from his feet.
Elsie. Stevie Williams, Elsie.
Ison up 8-0 on mat 1. Hogan up 5-4. And these are all
this
year.
situation always throws me off there. When he's still got control. The bottom guy still got control,
Yeah.
but he doesn't. And so if
Yeah.
the guy in control with the green takes him back down, he gets no points. If the buzzer would have went off there, do you give that guy 1?
Yeah.
That's what they would do, and I don't know if that's,
Some score updates for you here. Brady Ison up 8-0 over Matt Adamczyk. 90 seconds remaining in that match. Here, this match you're watching, Alexander Hogan of River Forest up 7-6 over Christian Washington. Mat 3, Alejandro Ramirez of River Forest up 2-0 over Sam Crisp of Benton Central. That's in the consolation round of 132. Also consolation round of 126, James Jet Stokes of Benton Central up 2-0 over A.J. Braun of John Glenn. Eight to 6 now in favor of Hogan as we start the third.
No head under arms here.
I think this one's going to end in the scrambles.
Yeah, I think so. Got that cradle locked up. Got a single leg there. But he's attacking that back ankle. Start maybe getting some pressure on that head, pushing it down. Chase here. He's got a shot.
quick.
Wow.
That was a little quick. It's a little quick. See, so now what do you call there, right? Like, that should have been stalling.
Yeah.
You gave him your 2, and then he's holding to the leg.
And I think that's what Hidalgo's asking right now.
He said he was around the waist. Gonna let him up.
Does that put him up
Makes
1?
it 9-8.
Yeah.
Just over a minute remaining in the match. Looks like we might get a fall over on mat number 3. Alejandro Ramirez has got that locked in. Just under a minute left.
Going over unders here.
Yeah.
I don't know if he needs to go big here. I don't think he's chasing by a lot.
Yeah.
Ramirez gets the fall on mat number 3 in the consolation rounds of 132.
We got another match right here. We got Junior Roberson on mat number 4.
We'll head over to that one after this semifinal match.
And Brown of Legacy Christian.
Under 30 seconds remaining here in the match. It's now 10-9 in favor of Christian Washington.
So 0-0 here with Roberson and Brown.
Turn it up.
Tied at 10. Seven seconds remaining here.
Good shot here by Brown. Brown, a 5-1 freshman. A stalemate.
I think Hogan thought he won there.
He was pretty pumped up. He did get that late escape.
Are they in sudden victory here?
Yep. Tied at 10. We'll go over to that Roberson match as soon as this one is done.
Braden Brown, ranked number 20 in Ohio. Got that underhook in that front head.
Yep.
Oh, good. Good attack there by Brown. Guys, Junior gained his spot there. Going to that bump single.
That match is still scoreless. Final few seconds of the first.
Oh, wow.
I was going to try to cut the corners and crowd the hips here.
The match you're watching 10-10.
He's done now.
Yeah, it's
He's
2.
sure.
There's the 2.
Good match there
Once he
for
let
Washington.
once he let both legs get over it, stop.
You have Mendez coming out now. I'm at number 2. Roberson and did he end up getting 2 at the end of this first there? I looked over to see the end of that overtime.
I missed it. No, 0-0.
And still 0-0 here, Roberson and Brown.
So, Christian Washington with the win over on match number 2. Match you're watching now is Stephen Roberson Jr. of Crown Point taking on Braden Brown of Legacy Academy.
Yeah, it could set up a tough match with Kyson Montgomery. Kyson state semifinalist last year.
New match over on mat number 2. We got Jesse Mendez.
Takedown for Mendez. Nice pass there by Mendez. Another takedown. Gonna let him go. Ian Gonzalez of Hebron, a sophomore. Still 0-0 with Brown and Roberson here.
That's the match you're watching right here on the stream.
Good toss there by Mendez.
Jesse Mendez up.
Got that deep. That's going to be it for
He's going to
Mendez.
get the fall
Yeah,
over
he's gonna
there.
get the
What do you
fall.
call that move? There's a lot of names for that.
That right there?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in that move.
Some people call it bulldog. some
Just
people call it cow
dominance, is
catcher.
that?
Yeah, I guess it could be a bulldog.
Jesse Mendez gets the fall. Over on mat number 3, Cameron LaCour of Legacy up 8-1 over Dylan McKelvey of Brownsburg. It's in the semifinals of 138. Still scoreless in the match you're watching. Under a minute to go in the second between Roberson and Brown. Semifinals of 132.
Roberson wrestling tough.
Yeah, I think he's comfortable in these situations, you know.
Got that wing.
Just grinding out, staying, you know, sticking to what he does best.
New match on mat number 2. You have Gavin Brown and Sabir Singh of Brownsburg.
Yeah, he's got him for stalling.
Roberson just got hit for
Yeah, on
stalling?
top.
30 seconds left.
Injury time on that too.
He said, nah.
Very short injury time.
Yeah.
So 10 seconds here left in the second period. Still 0-0, Junior Roberson and Braden Brown. Legacy Academy has some real good younger guys, too.
Who's that?
There's the fall for Gavin Brown. So Roberson's choice is going to go underneath. Rode him for an entire period. 0-0. Cameron LaCroix up 10-1 over Dylan McKelvey of Brownsburg. I'm at number 1. Holden Deno up 13-4 over Adam Martin in the consolation round. He gets the fall.
On deck, man number 2, 152 from Twin Lakes, Anthony McFadden, and from Benton Central, Joseph Henry. Man number 1, 138 pounds from Fairhaven, Will Whiskey.
First move for Roberson coming up.
On deck, man number 2, 152 pounds from Crown Point.
Robeson's up here.
And from Eastern and Carnahan Memorial.
Still 0-0. 1:30 left here in the third period here.
There's still a lot of time.
Oh yeah.
The thing is, though, he has a stalling, so that's going to make it a little more interesting when he gets his feet, if he does.
I think you kind of see how people call it. Like if he's gonna call it on top, he's not gonna really call it on bottom. So I didn't think Roberson was stalling there.
No, I'm saying if he gets away and he's up 1-0.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna be able to just run.
Right.
That's a tough call for an official. You don't see them make that a ton, you know. I mean, I always think of that Shutley match at the state finals.
That's the problem, though. You called it earlier already. Like, you've already hit him for stalling, which I don't feel like it was. But
No.
you've already hit him for it. Now you're going to not hit it the second time. You know, that's where a lot of people,
LaCroix
feel like
running
it's
around that 3.
inconsistent, you know?
Yeah.
Because I don't know, like, is it a continuation for the whole match, or is it that point in time and then it's like a reset, you know? Like, to me, I feel like a stalling is for the whole match. So if you do it again, it's quicker the second time because you already warned them.
Yeah.
That's why it's called a warning, you know?
Zach Atkinson of Benton Central and Cody Goodwin now up on mat number 3. Good shot there by Goodwin. So still 0-0. Good switch here by Roberson. Brown followed well there.
Yeah.
Minute 13 left.
Man number 2, 152 pounds from Twin Lakes, Anthony McFadden, and from Benton Central, Joseph Henry. On deck, man number 2, 160
Like I said, it may be good. It may be better for him to get it later
Yeah.
than to get it now, you know?
Just tough ride, too. He's trying to dig that leg in now. Tight spiral. 1 minute left.
Like I said, he's used to wrestling some close matches, so I don't think it's going to
Oh, yeah.
phase him.
He's putting 2 or 3 moves together. Keep
Yeah.
moving.
Yep.
Roll here. Trying to create some separation. 40. Brown got that wrist. He's up. Keeping all the weight on their hands. Goodwin with the fall. It's tough. I think the old thing was like, cover hips and attack ankles. Now, if you're keeping all that weight on their hands, they can't come up.
Josh Rosenberg. And from Legacy Academy, Ethan Cooper. On deck, man, number
15 seconds. Let's see if Roberson has a sprint here. You can get away. Up, gonna turn in.
That's a good thing. Good thing. Go out of bounds, get a fresh start.
Yeah, 10 seconds. First move's critical here. Oh, yeah. This first move off the whistle here is going to be the biggest thing.
Yeah, he's going to go for it.
Come straight up. 5,
Roll.
4.
Roll.
So we got a sudden victory here. Let's see if Roberson gets his underhook. He's real good with his bump single.
Yeah.
Kind of elevate, uses his length.
I was saying earlier, I think this is a position you'd be a little more conservative in.
There's the underhook there, head position. There it goes right to that single. Now it's got to finish, kind of catch that back ankle.
That's a good split. You should put it in his hip.
Yep.
Yeah, you should put it in his hip.
So there,
Put
know
it in
where
his
you're
front
at.
hip. Pull him in. Pull him in.
It's a lot of work. So we got 30 seconds left here in the sudden victory round. We got Orlando Cruz up on mat number 2 against Seraphin of Wheeler. Good down block there by Roberson. He's chasing here. Good,
Nice.
nice throw by. There's 2. Hands go to the mat. Good match there.
Yeah.
Setting up a rematch of last year's Carnahan with Kyson Montgomery of Brownsburg. So we got Orlando Cruz on mat number 2 against Seraphin of Wheeler. A little preview of the Crown Point sectional down the road.
Man number 145 pounds from Fairhaven, Alec Mitchell, and from Eastern Luke, Estrada.
On mat number 1, you have Will Wisniewski and Tony Tooley of Hanover Central. Wisniewski's up 8-0. On mat 3, you have John Ruschenberg, a semifinal match against Ethan Cooper of Legacy Academy. Ethan Cooper is up 5-1 over Ruschenberg. I didn't get to see the Andrew Wilson and Orlando Cruz match, but Orlando Cruz has been wrestling really well the last couple weeks. Fall for Wisniewski on mat 1. Let me grab this one, man. Thank you.
Man number 152 pounds from Crown Point, Carnahan Estrada, and from Eastern, Talon Morset. On deck, man number 160 pounds from Eastern, Bryce Buckley, and from Brownsburg, Nick Schererville.
On mat 1, you're going to have Javan Estrada and Talon Morset. Talon Morset, I believe a 3-time semi-state qualifier for Eastern Greentown. Estrada, a state placer last year in Illinois. So I think we'll be on that mat right now. Evan Cruz up on mat number 2. That's it. Coming up there. Good attacks there. A lot of movement. Going for like that crucifix, right?
Yeah. It's a little dangerous.
Yeah, Talon Morset was a semi-state qualifier last year at 145, a ticket rounder. Takedown for Morset.
Oh, reach back. Seems like a reversal. reversal there, huh?
Now he's looking for the double grapevine.
I know, it looks...
Man number 3, 160 pounds from Hamlet Central, Kyle Hoover, and from Hebron, Jacob
Cruz with the cradle here. So 3-2 right now. Or 3-3.
Man number 3, 170 pounds. From Crown Point, Nick Tantini, and from East
Good attack there by Estrada.
Man number 3.
Cruz with a nice reversal there.
Cruz with the fall.
Man number 260 pounds from John Glenn, Amy Johnson, and from him and Morton, Nick Vargas.
So we're back on mat number 1 with Javin Estrada and Talon Morset. 4-3 Estrada. Now wrestling on mat number 2, Johnson and Vargas of Morton and John Glenn. Should be a good one on mat number 1 coming up with Buckley and Cicerelli. Tantini and Porter on mat number 3 would be a good one also coming up. Didn't quite make that water bottle up there. And mat number 4, you have Michael Bingham and Carlos Saros. Estrada with a deep half. He's going to get back points here. So we have a fall on mat number 2.
Looks like there's about to be a fall on man number 1, too. There it is.
So fall on mat number 1 for Javin Estrada. Now wrestling on mat number 1. Bryce Buckley and Nick Cicerelli. Buckley of Eastern Greentown, Cicerelli of Brownsburg.
On deck number 1, 170 pounds from Wheeler, Hayden Price. And from Hamlet Central, St. Chambers. On deck
Buckley ranked number 13 at 160. Cicerelli ranked number 14 at 152. So should be a good one on mat number 1. Now wrestling on mat number 2, Griffin Eisen of Brownsburg and Gideon Ramos. Yusef's picked to win the Carnahan today. He'll have a tough match here with Griffin Eisen. Looks like you got a quick takedown here.
Yeah.
Wrestling on mat 3, you have Kyle Hoover of Hanover Central and Jacob Portazic of Hebron. Shot here by Buckley. Good defense by Cicerelli.
I think it's the battle of the muscles there, huh?
Yeah, those guys are pretty big. Buckley had a state qualifier 2 years ago. He missed a season. Good attack there by Cicerelli. Like a good fake and then reattack. So a minute left there, 2-0 for Cicerelli. Good movement here by Buckley. He's going to get away. He's going to get one. But we kind of talked about that early on, like getting that one instead of trying to get that reversal.
Yeah.
Especially with 30 seconds left. Now he's trying to go upper body here. Drop down double here for Cicerelli. Buckley with that going that tight headlock again. Cicerelli sunk his hips.
Yeah, sometimes, they think that you got to get them all back at once. But that one point can make a difference. It can make your choice different, right? Instead of, you can go down and only need to get one to tie.
It's going to make it 6-1 Nick Cicerelli of Brownsburg. Cicerelli's going to go underneath. Gideon Ramos still up 2-0 over here on mat number 2 over Griffin Eisen. Good shot there by Cicerelli. Catches that second ankle. It's going to make it 9-2. 9-1.
Found his rhythm a little bit, huh?
What's up?
Said he found his rhythm.
Yeah.
A little slower early on.
Looks like Buckley's going a lot more upper body, so he's probably still pretty dangerous there. Should have a good one here on mat number 3 with Nick Tattini and Brody Porter. Couple guys.
We want to move over to that one?
Yeah, we can move over to that one.
Mat number 3.
Man number 3, 170 pounds from Carnahan.
If you're just joining us, if you were watching Hogan, had a technical issue over there. That feed will be restarted here shortly.
Brody Porter, a state qualifier last year, losing a tight one Friday night to Bradley Harrington of North Central. Nick Tattini, a state qualifier also last year, but at a much lower weight.
Yeah, so it'll be a good test for him here, right?
Buckley away now. He's going to make it 9-2. Buckley had that good headlock in the first round. He's looking to come back and get it again. Oh, good shot there by Cicerelli.
I think he found his trip tonight.
He just keeps kind of dropping in when Buckley's pushing forward. Got a nice amount of people watching from Eastern Greentown. We appreciate you guys. Cicerelli up 13-2.
Nice takedown.
Nice takedown there by Brody Porter.
Looks like a little size difference, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Looks like they know how to lift that. We're going for this Peterson roll. Time. I think he got the reversal on it, though. Now he's going to give him one. Thought he had that reversal locked up. They're going to... Looks like Erzman's going to take a table. He wants it wiped. So it's going to be 13-2. Porter's choice here. He's going to go neutral. Or Buckley's choice, my fault. Porter's still riding tough here on Tattini. Ison chasing here. I think it's going to tie it up 3-3. Ison and Ramos.
You did? You said it's tied?
Yeah. Right here in front of us, we have Bingham and Saros. A consolation match. That looks pretty tight. Good shot there by Cicerelli. It's going to make it 17-3. So let him up. I think Buckley's dangerous here. It's going to make 19-4, so that's going to be a tech fall for Cicerelli. So I think it's going to be 4-3. So we got 2-0 here. Porter's right. Tini goes underneath. Good return.
Yeah, he looks like he's just a little more physically strong. It's
Yeah,
not
Porter-
fun. It's not fun being down there, getting rolled out for a minute, and then having to do it again.
And Porter's had a lot of good ISWA results coming up as a junior. Good ride here by Brody.
Yep.
I think they're saying it's time.
Where they at? Oh.
So 4-3, Gideon Ramos, the late winner. We got a fall on mat number 1, Hayden Price over Sam Chambers. Deanne Hearn. So still 2-0, Brody Porter. That's a good ride. Gonna hook that ankle, stay behind. We appreciate you guys taking your Saturday with us here, watching on Region Sports, either on YouTube or Facebook. Tini trying to cut here, 8 seconds.
You gotta be careful here.
Yeah, Porter hooks the ankle, stays in
Be
control.
careful there.
You know, we've gotten a lot of requests about why we can't show all 4 mats at once. Guys, if you actually want to see stuff, maybe you can't zoom out that far. If we zoom out far enough to get the 4 mats, you won't be able to see anything.
Yeah, and, you know, it's tough because, you know, we had to kind of pick and choose which matches.
Right, we do.
And,
We have to, and I know there's
and
matches.
and there's no parents here. And
I
it sucks.
I get it. We've tried it. It doesn't work. Same picture in picture, side by side. Easier said than done.
Fall there by
Big
Deanne
throw
Hearn.
there.
Got Seth Willems over there on mat number 2. Seth Williams and Andrew Edwards, Fairhaven Christian. Fall on mat number 1. That was a semifinal match. Trevor Hoffman with the win over Mitchell Oostman of Hanover Central at 195. They're going to have Will Clark and Douglas Conroy. So Tini's going to let him up. It's going to make it 3-0 for Brody Porter.
It was a good call.
Yeah, I think so. Get 2 minutes to work. Good attack there by Porter. Good job getting re-squared. Porter's going to try to come across and catch this other hip.
Double off here, and we're going to score. Ooh, that was a little quick. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he had that leg shelved. I'd like to see how that went. So 120 left. Porter with another good shot here. Porter's attacking like he's the guy that's chasing points, right?
Yeah. Solid. It was a good position.
Some good movement.
Yeah. Clean technique.
So 55 seconds left. It's 5-0 Brody Porter of Eastern Greentown. So you got 3 Crown Point wrestlers on the mat right now. Will Clark looks like he's about to get a fall on mat number 1. He just did. Seth Williams up 5-0, looking like he's about to get a fall here on mat number 2. Trying to sit back, sag his hip. He's trying to switch to a headlock. And they have Nick Tatini and Brody Porter. Tatini down 5-1 with 20 seconds left here. So 5-1 still.
10 seconds to go in that match.
Tatini goes for inside trip kind of throw here. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. So Brody Porter's going to win your battle of state qualifiers here.
Williams trying to run the wing here.
I think Williams is a guy that could really make a deep run. He hasn't really hit his stride yet. Had a really good freshman, sophomore, won that after the season. I mean, that could be a guy that makes or breaks if Crown Point can win a team state title or not, just the points that he can get. I don't know if they're going to do a round of consolations and then do finals. Is final set standalone, or is they going to do 4?
Finals going to be standalone.
Okay.
Yeah, so probably run all the wrestlebacks get caught up.
So we are way ahead of schedule here, so have to kind of play it by ear.
We have some new matches. Dominic Cosmo of Hebron on mat number 1 at 220, and Michael Schreiber of Fairhaven Christian. This is a semifinal match on mat number 1. On mat number 2, Seth Williams. He's up 8-0. Got some blood time going on. On mat 3, you have Sam Lepat of Brownsburg and Patrick Amazik. What is it? Adamzik? Nathan's better at the names than I. Adamczyk. I just try to say it with confidence, and then people say, "Oh, that's how you say it." And Jorge Almarez and Colton Zoblekas from Hanover Central.
Until you get the email about how you know how to pronounce names.
Yeah, I know. I get those too.
On deck mat number 4, 195 pounds from Twin Lakes, Connor Woodfoot, and from Eastern, Nathan Kerr.
So we're going to go head over to mat 3 with Adamczyk on Lepat. So it's 0-0, 45 seconds left. This is semifinal match. Hebron in the gray, Brownsburg in the black.
Uh-oh.
Fairhaven just stepped over. He got Williams on his back. Williams going to belly out there, turn towards the legs. So still 0-0, 18 seconds left here. Good shot here at the end of the first by Adamczyk. 10 seconds to finish. Little drop in double, and he gets it too. Williams with the reversal, so he's going to get some of those points back.
He's got a turkey.
Williams still up 8-2 over here on mat 2. Still 2-0 is going to be the second period. Adamczyk's going to go underneath.
We're going to focus here on the Adamczyk match.
Yep.
Okay.
So Damchik's got to go underneath here. Good spiral. So 140 here, still 2-0. Try to lift and return here. Ooh, going to be a locked hands. There it was, yep. Locked hands call.
From around the mats, Dominic Sosmos of Hebron up 1-0 over Michael Schreiber. That's in the semifinals of 220. Now it's 2-1 in favor of Schreiber. Mat 2, the semifinals of 182. Seth Willems up big over Andrew Edwards.
Ooh, took him to his back again.
13-2.
How much
gonna
time's
change.
left there? Yeah.
Third just started in that one.
It's a long time to be on your back. for
Patrick
Willems.
Adamczyk up 2-0 over.
Now he's going to get a
3-0.
reversal on some backs here. Going to try to catch his arm.
That's against Sam Lapidat of Brownsburg. And Mat 4, Jorge Almarez and Colton Zablekas of Hanover Central tied at 5. That's in the consolation round of 182. And we're not quite sure where we're going to go after this.
So we got a fall on mat number 4. Damchik's still up 7-0. Willems get another reversal here. These guys have just been putting each other to their back the whole match.
Yeah, it's
that's-
15-8.
Yeah, 15-8 now. About 90 seconds to go in that one.
From Twin Lakes, Connor Corfield. And from Eastern, Ethan Herber.
Damchik running that wing right now. He's going to be back. Got to kind of sag his hip a little bit.
And from Crown Point, Paul Point, on deck mat number 4.
New match on mat number 4. Her and Prophet. I think after this Damchik match, we could probably watch the end of the.
I think that's
The
gonna be it
Willems,
there.
Yeah, we got some blood time over there.
Oh, he got the pin. I don't know if
Nope.
he got it.
It's going to make it 10-0 for a Damchik.
If you're looking for coverage from Hobart, that is back on. Had a technical issue over there.
Nathan Laird, the man, working 2 sides, getting it all done.
Gonna
He
not
went-
say anything right now.
He wants some good fortune for his Raiders.
Oh, it's over. That thing's dead, Mike.
So 10-0 now for Damchik here on the mat that we're on right now. Keeping an eye on the Willems match too, just because it's been a lot of action.
Throw the boots in.
Double overs. I don't know if Adamczyk wants to be in that spot here when he's up 10. So a minute left.
You're blocking it.
Adamczyk gonna drop in for a single here. Try to. Ooh, nothing. Pretty close though.
What was that, Twin Lakes? Is that Twin Lakes here?
Yeah, Twin Lakes is here. Lapidat. Down 10-0. He's looking for a big move here with 45. Seth Willems gonna hold on to win over here.
You know, it's the Cody. What was the final of that Williams match? You got that?
I think it was
15-7.
yeah, 15-7.
So 12. Now it's gonna be 12-0 for.
Final 10 seconds over at mat number 1. Let's go over to mat number 1 real quick. It's a 3-2 match in favor of Michael Schreiber. And that's actually going to do it. Michael Schreiber gets the win over Dominic Sosmos of Hebron. 220 semifinals, 3-2. Back to mat 3.
282 pounds from Wheeler.
So that's it.
And from Twin Lakes, Jalen Reese. On deck man number 2,
Patrick Hammond stays undefeated on the year.
Patrick gets the win.
So we're going to have new matches coming up. We're going to have Buckley versus Vanderwall on mat 1.
Mat 2, you have Jackson Mollencup and Dalen Reese of Twin Lakes in the consolation at 182.
Yeah. Cade Gardner and Caleb Pacey of River Forest.
On deck man number 3, 285 pounds from Crown Point, Jack Reese. And from Wheeler, John Mullencup. On deck man number 3.
So we have Elijah Buckley and Zach Vanderwood wrestling now on mat 1. So we're closing out this round pretty quickly also. Got a fall. He's excited. So new match on mat number 4. It's going to be Paul Clark, an hour, with John Glenn. For a while, for a couple years, John Glenn had some really good heavyweights, like some good big guys.
We have just one semifinal match going on right now. The rest are consolations. On mat 3, we have Cade Gardner and Caleb Pacey. That's the only semifinal match. You want to zoom over to that one because it's semifinal?
Yeah. Caleb Pacey trying to get that same bulldog position that Mendez was in earlier. Cade Gardner 4-3 for Brownsburg. Caleb Pacey 12-1 for River Forest. We kind of talked about it earlier. River Forest got a lot of matches in.
Yeah.
They've had the fortune of being able to compete a lot and get those. Good pass there by Paul Clark.
That's in the consolation 220 again. This match you're watching now, the semifinals of 195. The only semifinal match going on right now. Again, we are ahead of schedule here, so we changing some things up on the schedule based off of where they go from here, and so stay with us as we announce what the next rounds are going to be and next streams are going to be. So at some point there will be a break. I have to assume it's going to be after this. There'll be some sort of break.
Yeah.
They said they'd feed us, so always appreciate that. Some injury time there on mat number 3, so we're going to go over to mat number 1 as Zach Vanderwall of Benton Central leads Elijah Buckley of Eastern 6-1 in the consolation round of 220. We're going to go over to mat number 4 here. Paul Clark up 7-1 over Waylon Hour. Winner on mat 1, Zach Vanderwall of Benton Central. Looks like they're ready to go back on mat number 3. We'll head over there in just a moment. We'll get this Paul Clark match. We had a request for that one.
That's a pin for Paul Clark.
Paul Clark gets the fall. So now we're going to head back to match number 3, the semifinal match. Cade Garner of Brownsburg and Caleb Pacey of River Forest. We also have a semifinal matchup on mat number 1, Leighton Jones of Brownsburg and Nathan Paisley of River Forest. That's at 285.
Nice shot. That takedown by Brownsburg puts him up 2-1.
Yeah, 2 takedown. We have Brownsburg and River Forest, 2 semifinals side by side, both with the Paisleys for River Forest. Taking on Brownsburg, and both got taken down within about 5 seconds of each other. And the match you're watching now is Cade Gardner of Brownsburg and Caleb Paisley of River Forest, 2-1 in favor of Garner. Under a minute to go in the second. Over on mat number 1, 6-2 in favor of Leighton Jones over Nathan Paisley. As we got 3 River Forest Brownsburg matchups, because on mat number 2 in the semifinals of 220, you have Isaiah Street of Brownsburg and Ethan Silver of River Forest. So there's a theme going around on 3/4 of our mats here. You're watching coverage of the 2020 Carnahan Memorial Invitational here on the Region Sports Network, presented by Team Toyota. Do business with the team that supports your sport. That's Team Toyota. I want to recognize some of our other sponsors of today's coverage, including 4 Seasons Mechanical, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists. Region Mortgage, making getting a mortgage easier than before. Strack and Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. The Crowell Insurance Agency, your insurance superheroes. Great Lakes Roofing, Chicagoland's #1 commercial roofing contractor. Absolute Nutrition. Thanks to all of our sponsors for making this coverage possible.
Mat 3, we're tied 2-2 going to the third period.
That's over on mat number 3. Yep, mat 3, that's what we're watching right here.
So we got a Brownsburg River Forest duel going on right now, right?
Yeah.
220-95 in heavyweight, all out on the mat.
Are these all semifinals also?
Yeah, all semifinals. Leighton Jones with the fall on mat number 1, going to the finals at heavyweight.
Still tied up at 2 on the match you're watching here. Semifinal at 195, Caleb Paisley and Cade Gardner. Paisley of River Forest, Gardner of Brownsburg.
Looks like we're going to go right into the consolations here.
Oh, nice switch. Puts him up 4-2.
4-2 in favor of Gardner now, yep. And here's that big change between the big guys and the 106s.
Yeah.
Don't get used to that.
The U to me, basically.
That's right.
I know.
That's right. We may have to put that on camera to show everybody the disparity there, but one of us is very large, one of us is not.
I know Gardner has a pretty. Brownsburg wrestles a good schedule, so it's interesting to see where his losses have been at. 1 kid in Ohio, 2 kids from Ohio, Kean Sullivan, Warren Central. But he looks like he moves pretty well for a 195.
Yeah.
The consolation match on mat number 1 is Jaleel White of Fairhaven taking on Darian Bowles of Brownsburg.
Reversal there for Ethan Silver.
Isaiah Street up 9-1. Minute to go in the second. The match you're watching here, under a minute to go. 4-3 in favor of Cade Gardner of Brownsburg. Again, the semifinals of 195. Mat number 4, you have consolations at 285. Keaton Loudermilk of Hebron leads Dawson Grott of Fairhaven 1-0.
So 40 seconds left at mat number 3 here.
Yeah, this could be fun here.
Got a stall warning on Paisley.
Think there'll be one more good scramble here. What do you think?
Yeah, one more attack. Paisley looks like he wants to go upper body. We'll get you some team scores here in a second.
Mark Hidalgo standing in between in the middle of all four mats. He's got two guys. Mats, one on mat 2, one on mat 3.
Yeah, a little scramble there on mat number 3. Went for a big toss.
Yeah.
10 seconds. Garner up 4-3.
Kind of drop double here, trying to pull it in.
3, 2, and 1.
4-3, Gardner, your winner.
Just a tad late.
Let's go over to mat number 2.
I'm surprised Gardner went for a throw there.
Yeah, me too.
Man number 3, 285 pounds from Crown Point, Jack Reese.
We have Jack Reese on mat number 2, a semifinal match.
On deck, mat number 3, 106 pounds from Wheeler.
In the third here, this match you're watching now, Isaiah Street up 11-4 over Ethan Silver, the semifinals at 220.
And John Mullenkamp of Wheeler. Two big guys out there.
Nice switch.
Are they doing full wrestlebacks, Mike?
I think so. I don't know all the way to third. Yep, full wrestleback.
Man number 120 pounds from Brownsville, Cleveland Whitehead, and from John Glenn Bentley Whitmer. On deck, man number 3, 126 pounds from Easton, Matt Burns. And from River.
So mat number 1, you're going to have Lincoln Whitehead of Brownsburg and Brentley Wilmer of John Glenn.
With Isaiah Street in control of this match, let's go over to mat number 3.
It's still
Get,
0-0.
Yeah, Jack Reese and John Mullencup.
Some sectional seating on the line here. Your team scores right now, top 4. Fairhaven Christian in 4th with 124. Legacy Academy in 3rd with 130. Brownsburg in 2nd with 172.5 and leading the tournament with 264 at Crown Point. Pretty big lead.
Yeah.
And they're looking to get one more finalist here with Jack Reese.
These are final 2 semifinal match. Yeah. I assume these are our final 2 semifinal matches.
Yeah,
Isaiah Street looking to, nope. Thought he'd get the fall over there on mat 2.
I think that's the third cradle he hit that match.
Yeah. He's in control. That's 15-5. Scoreless here on the match you're watching between Jack Reese and John Mullencup.
got that head pinch locked up. Kind of like a weird spot with his hands, right? 8 seconds left.
Over on mat 1 consolations at 120, Bentley Whitmer of John Glenn leads Lincoln Whitehead Brownsburg 4-0. That is in the second. Final on mat number 2, Isaiah Street gets the win over Ethan Silver to advance to the finals in 220. Match you're watching here on mat number 3. Semifinals at 285, scoreless between Jack Reese of Crown Point and John Mullencup of Wheeler. On mat 4, consolations at 113, you have Eddie Clemmy of Benton Central and Jonathan Rose of Fairhaven.
So still 0-0. This, I mean, kind of a classic heavyweight match where this is going to be big to get these points. So you want to get a choice. But again, he's keeping that weight kind of on his hand so he can't bring his head up. The fall for Bradley Whitmer of John Glenn on mat 1.
Man number 1, 126 pounds from
Now wrestling on mat number 1 at 126, Hogan and Grimes. Hogan of Eastern Greentown, Grimes of River Forest.
Stoppage on mat number 3. Scoreless, minute 19 to go in the second. And this is the final semifinal match here.
Reese got his hips up, which is a good start. As he get hand control. Wallenkamp following close. Attacking an ankle there. Minute left.
Nice cross face there.
Get that elbow tight. Darden Shirk was a national champ for Wabash, right?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
2 years ago, he won.
Good, man. 2-time runner-up, right? High school state runner-up.
I believe so.
20 seconds remaining in the second. Still scoreless in this 285-pound match.
Third period, I'm sure Mullenkamp's going to go underneath. He's going to want to get his escape. Good ride there by Mullenkamp.
What do you do here, Mike? How long do you ride him for?
I mean, it's tough because it's different. Like, if you're a little guy, I probably would let him go. Try to get, take the most time I can to get a takedown. But with here, I don't think he was real close. He was going for that head pinch, but right here, I just let him go, yeah. Now you go for it. You got a minute 50 to get a takedown.
Mollenkamp of Wheeler up 1-0 over Jack Reese of Crown Point. Over on mat number 1, Alexander Hogan of River Forest up 5-1 over Matt Grimes of Eastern. It's the consolation round in 126.
Mollenkamp got that. He's the one kind of digging that underhook and holding control. Reese got to get to some kind of offense. Humble in there, got that underhook. Maybe elevate that, go for a single.
I think he put some pressure, trying to get at least a stall in call, right?
Yeah.
Then it changes the way he has to wrestle.
Reese is trying to go with that head pinch, though. Mollenkamp got that underhook. It's deep. It's a deep underhook. He's just kind of draping that overhook. Maybe go foot sweep here if you're, going back to the head pinch. Try to hip in here. Try to pop the elbow, attack the leg.
So he should have popped his elbow and tried to slide it over.
30 seconds left here. Back in that underhook position there for Mollenkamp. He can just kind of hang out in that position.
See, right here, he should pop his elbow. He should pop his elbow so he can.
There, shoulder. 20.
He would pop it and he would get in a position where he could circle him down.
Yeah. A good catch there on mat 2. 5 seconds left. Just gotta get probably one more attack out of him. So mat 1, you have Alexander Hogan 7-3 right now with Matt Grimes of Eastern. He's gonna take him to his back. Hogan's gonna be up 12-3, it looks like.
So it looks like they got two sides of the wrestlebacks. One is a consolation from the first round losers, and the other one, the quarterfinals, are dropping down to the wrestleback.
Cody, you ever wrestle the mouthpiece?
Yeah, I had to.
Did you?
I didn't get my braces off till my senior year.
Is it tough?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I just seen this guy's mouthpiece fall out.
I'd spit it out most of the time when I couldn't breathe.
Then put it right back in.
Yeah, they'd stop the match once you like stop making contact and make you put it right back in.
Do they wash it off at least?
Nope.
That's disgusting. Fall for Hogan on mat number 1. So Alexander Hogan's going to advance the consolation bracket.
I actually had it to wear with my braces. I got cross-faced and it popped the back 3 brackets off and my wire went into my mouthpiece and got stuck.
Yikes. New match over on mat number 1, the 132-pound consolation round. Get you that match here in a second.
Yeah. Brown had a real tough match with Roberson in the semis. And you have Wayne Flora of John Glenn. Brown looks to be in control of this match pretty quick. We just had a fall on mat number 3.
Yeah, Damchik with the win.
Brown with the fall. Schultz and Strominski, 3-2 right now. That should be a good one.
Some of these matches might get quick again.
Yeah. Get some of those guys falling out of the semis, and we didn't have like the whole bracket, so you have some guys kind of filling in the back.
Number 3, Eastern's Blue Center and Zach Atkinson from Benton Central, please. Number 3.
Zach Atkinson.
Correction, mat number 1, 132 pounds. John Glenn, Wayne, Florida, and Legacy Academy's Brayden Brown.
I don't know, Mike. I don't think I could officiate. What do you think?
No, it'd be tough. I think the part would be tough is like, I feel like I have adult ADD. I'd be like watching other mats. Obviously, if you listen to the broadcast, I'm all over the place half the time. I think it's tough enough for Joe to keep me on track on those Gorilla radios.
Yeah.
I mean, you had to sit in the truck with me for 8 hours,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think it just becomes difficult to, I don't know, I guess deal with all the surroundings too,
But the guys that do it, they do a good job, Luke Hetzner and Zach Atkinson now wrestling on mat number 3. Hetzner with the takedown. He's got a cradle locked up. Oh, this will be a big reversal here.
McKeevely from Brownsburg just got the pin over Holden Dino.
I think Hetzner just got the fall also. Wyatt Wisniewski was down 5-0. I think he just tied it up 5-5. Schultz with the fall. Scott Blink with the nicest fall call of all time.
Little soft slap.
Little soft guy.
We're in the consolation rounds, wrestlebacks here.
Now wrestling on mat 1, you have Angelo Ramirez from Hanover Central and John Ruschenberg of Brownsburg.
From Fairhaven, and from Gonzalez. On deck, mat number 2.
So we're waiting for a new mat on mat number 3. We're going to have Ethan Wilson of Hebron and Jose Alvarez of River Forest.
That's at 152 pounds.
So this round's going pretty quick also.
Yeah. Yeah, we have 152, 138, 152, 120 on the mats right now.
It's not going as fast as that Harvest, though.
No.
We're like on match times. They're making dudes wait. At the Harvest, they would just run them through like. Yeah, Sandor would be like, hey, let's just try to get it done quick, man.
Yeah, this is gone. pretty quick so far. I
And
mean,
track would be like, hey, like you can't, like they got like 3 minutes.
Yeah, they pause it to where they can't start it
Yeah.
because they
I
gotta.
think
they gotta
Jeff
wait
kind
for
of
the
ignored
rules.
those a little bit and just kept it going.
Hey, I'm on board with it.
Now this is running quick here today. Like I said, we're probably a couple rounds ahead of schedule.
That's a long day of talking on the other mic. It's tough.
Yeah,
Not
because some of the guys haven't even been eliminated yet, right? So now these wrestlebacks are going to eliminate guys
Right.
every round until you start dwindling them down. So there'll be less matches per round now.
We initially discussed when we were planning everything out, maybe not broadcasting one of the wrestleback rounds to give us a break a little bit, but since they're rolling right into them, we're just going to stay on here for you guys. We'll take a break at lunch.
Yeah.
At match 3, Jose Alvarez of River Forest, Ethan Wilson of Hebron. Mat 4, Wyatt Jaleel of Fairhaven up 7-5 over Cade Keller of Benton Central. The match you're watching right now, John Ruschenberg of Brownsburg up 2-0 over Angelo Ramirez of Hanover Central. Then over on mat number 2, you have Edwin Gallen of River Forest up 2-1 over Adam Rodriguez. Well, it seems like we've been saying River Forest a lot today. It seems like no matter what, they always got at least one guy out on the mat.
Yeah, that's a long day for the coaches. They're out there hustling.
Oh, yeah.
Coaches still got a couple medals, though.
I tell you what, I tell them, I used to tell the kids all the time, it's a lot worse me coaching you all day than you out there wrestling 4 matches.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? Because the highs and lows, there's so much up and down, so much screaming, It's exhausting. You get done with the day, you go home and you pass out.
My coach actually lost his voice one tournament. He had me next to him. He was telling me what to say.
And Brownsburg set here sing on deck at man number 4.
You got to train it up, man. You got to train it up.
Yeah.
You think that Hawk was able to talk all day like that? That's years of practice. There's a fall for Ruschenberg on mat number 1.
Mat number 1, 160 pounds from Hebron. Jacob.
I was waiting on him to say it. He did it. The mic for the hands. Stay on mat number 1. We got Eastern's Bryce Buckley.
Got a fall over on mat number 2. Adam Rodriguez of Twin Lakes gets the fall.
I always say, like, when we're doing the mic, especially when I was on, like, the live mic at the Harvest, when they call it the wrong name, they're, like, not very happy. But we live in such a diverse area. There's a huge spectrum of names. Like, oh, there's the headlock for Buckley. That thing's tight.
From Fairhaven, Will Wisniewski, and from Hebron, Ian Gonzalez, man number 2.
Oh, yeah.
On deck, man number 270 pounds. From Wheeler, Andy Bryson, from Crown Point, Kevin Titini. On deck, man number 2.
I was trying to put the finish here. That's tight.
Oh, yeah. Put that arm across. That's really good.
There's a fall for Buckley. He was looking to hit that in that match with Schererville, too.
Oh,
Bryce Buckley.
just took him to his back. Mat 3.
Mat number 3, what you're watching right now.
River Force has got the pin.
Jose Alvarez with the pin. Scoreless going into the second here on mat number 4.
With Alejandro Ramirez and Clint Damron. Now wrestling on mat number 3 of Titus Morissette and Henry of Benton Central.
You're watching right now Nick Vargas of Morton and Jake Serafin of Wheeler. Consolations at 160.
Ooh, Vargas with a big throw. They're trying to light people up with throws on mat number 1. Got a couple Fairhaven wrestlers out here on mat number 2 and 4.
Here we are in the consolation round. Had a fall over on mat 3.
Yeah, Morrison with the fall.
Consolations at 152.
Dion Herman. From Brownsburg, Griffin Eisen, mat number 3. On deck, mat number 3, 100 correction. 220 pounds from Crown Point, Paul Clark.
Yeah, Paul Clark heading out.
Dominic Solon.
So Vargas up 4-0. And on mat number 3, you're going to have Griffin Eisen and Dion Hearn. Dion Hearn ran a little bit behind. I just seen him walking down the stairs here.
Mat number 3, Dion Hearn and Griffin Eisen. Dion Hearn and Griffin Eisen, mat number 3.
Yeah, so it's tough, man. Like, you got to, with the format, you got to be up and ready. Like, you know, probably 3 or 4, maybe 5 weights ahead. Because you got a 38 here, you got a 70 here.
And you think about basically eight matches go quick. You know, one out there and one on deck. You know.
Yeah, and then
So
you know,
if you're the third one, if you're in the hole, that could be fast. You know.
that's deep right there on mat number 1. Seraphim trying to come from behind here. He was down 4-0, got that cradle locked up. I'm sure it's extremely difficult with the heavyweights too. When mats start opening up, they're moving you mat to mat.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
That wasn't my weight. Seraphim with the fall, come from behind.
Seraphim was down 4-0, comes back, gets the fall.
I had a coach yell at me at the Al Smith because we moved his mat.
Because what?
Yelled dead in my face. Tell me I lost this kid a match.
Oh.
Because I didn't give him enough ample time to warm up.
Let's go over to mat number 4 here, guys. You got Alejandro Ramirez and Clint Dameron tied at 2 in the third.
Gonna try to cut the corner here. There's 2. Couple Brownsburg guys out here now.
And this is this consolation at 132 between Ramirez and Dameron. Ramirez of River Forest, Dameron of Fairhaven.
Yeah, and just kind of going back to the same thing, like where you should be getting warm. You got a 32 and an 82 out there. I mean,
Yeah, that's a big gap.
Now 4-2 in favor of Clint Dameron.
Well, I think this round 2 may be some gaps in there from buys and stuff.
Yeah, with the lack of really preliminary matches, especially in the lighter weights.
Correct. And the way they set it up, like I said, the first round losers are wrestling 1 consolation, and the second round losers are wrestling to third.
I'm glad you guys know where we're at in the brackets because I'm
ooh,
lost.
that's a deep bulldog here. He's trying to catch that arm. He's getting backs.
That's over on mat number 2 between Zuski and Gonzalez.
So 1-0 for Dylan Maurice over Sam Lapadad of Brownsburg.
Match you're watching here, about 10 seconds left. Clint Dameron of Fairhaven up 4-2. Final few seconds here.
Good scramble there at the end. It was close.
Dameron gets the 4-3.
How's going to take it to the corner here? Or not how, but
Hidalgo.
a doggo.
Let's go over to mat number 3. We have Dion Hearn and Griffin Eisen tied up at 2. 28 seconds to go. That one's in the second. Consolations at 170.
That was a locked hands. Yeah, I was going to say, that one was pretty. So there's gonna be a penalty point there for Griffin Eisen.
Today's coverage and wrestling coverage all season long on the Region Sports Network, presented by Team Toyota. Do business with the team that supports your sport. That's Team Toyota on 41 in Schererville. Consolation rounds here. On the mats we have, on mat number 1, you have Sam Lapidat of Brownsburg. He leads Dalen Reese of Twin Lakes 4-0 at 182 pounds. On mat 2, match just ended. We got a new match coming up here. We'll give that to you here in a second.
Nick Tatini and Hayden Price of Wheeler. Tatini of Crown Point. That's going to be on mat number 2.
We'll get you to that one here in just a few moments. Mat number 3, Griffin Eisen of Brownsburg leads Dion Hearn of River Forest 5-2. He starts the third in that one. Mat number 4, you have Satbir Singh of Brownsburg leads Carlos Saros of Morton 2-0. It's at 145 pounds. Let's go over to mat number 2 with Nick Tatini of Crown Point.
We got a nice scramble going on right now.
Follow there. Oh. Takedown for Tatini here.
Yeah, that was a quick turnaround for him, huh?
Yeah, that's what I said. I felt like this round's really flying.
Yeah, we have 182, 170, 170, 145 here on the mats, your 4 matches. Tatini up 2-0, final few seconds of the first. Over Hayden Price of Wheeler. Consolation round of 170.
So 3 Brownsburg guys out there. Oh, Eisen caught him. Oh, I thought Eisen had caught him with his back. I think he got kicked in the face. Nope. The opposite of his face.
Happens sometimes.
It's 11-2 over there. Matt, you're watching Nick Tatini still up 2-0 over Hayden Price early in the second.
Trying to look to get to that guillotine hold, a little side ride action. Trying to hook an arm.
Yeah.
Fall over on mat number 1. Sam Lapidat gets the win over Dalen Reese. Semifinals at 182.
That's deep. Fall for Singh.
Yep. Go ahead, sorry, Mike. Satbir Singh of Brownsburg gets the fall over Carlos Saros of Morton. It's at 145 pounds.
Oh, Wheeler's too high there. I think that's going to be it.
Yeah.
Tatini gets the fall.
I'm liking this Scavlink fall call. Just kind of.
Mat number 1, consolation round of 195. You have Will Clark of Crown Point taking on Mitchell Oostman of Hanover Central. And then we have some of the Clarks watching, so we'll leave it on this match.
On deck, man number 2, 285 pounds from Hanover Central, Colin Boyd. And from River Forest, Nathan Mason.
2 region teams, Hanover Central, Crown Point, pretty close.
Yeah, close, very close geographically.
Yeah, there's a part of Cedar Lake that goes to Crown Point. Trying to get in that bulldog position. He's kind of hitting that corner. Oh, lost it. Get the takedown.
Your new match on mat 4 at 182 pounds, Colton Zablekis of Hanover Central taking on Andrew Edwards of Fairhaven.
A new match on mat number 2. Also, Nathan Herr of Eastern and Caleb Pacey of River Forest. Caleb Pacey had a really good semifinal match.
Griffin Eisen got the win on mat number 3 at 170 pounds. We got a 220-pound consolation coming up.
I got Paul Clark.
Will Clark up 5-0 in the match you're watching here at 195. Got some blood time over there. Let's go over to mat number 3. We have Paul Clark taking on Dominic Sosmos of Hebron at 220.
Well, Paisley going for the headlock. He's got a little scrambling on Paisley does from River Forest.
Yeah.
They kind of got some good hips, kind of lands on top. They missed a headlock, landed in like a grapevine
Yeah,
position. Oh, he went real high on that treetop. So mat 1's back up and going. The Clarks do a pretty good job in the top position, especially for a couple freshmen that are wrestling a higher weight. Like he's running the spiral half. He's going to go like a 3/4 out front. I think they leg pretty well.
Paul Clark trails 2-0 at the end of 1 in the match you're watching. Over on mat 1, Will Clark up 8-0.
That's going to be a
He's
fall.
about to be a
Second.
king.
Over to mat 1 real quick there, Giovanni. See if we can get this fall. Ref almost called it there. There
Yeah.
we go. Will Clark gets the fall. Back to mat number 3.
285 pounds from Twin Lakes.
Still 2-0. He's trying to get in this, kind of get hipped over here.
That's a
Get
bad
that leg back. He's trying to get that spiral. Got to get his hip up here.
Oh, yeah.
Caleb Pacey looking to get the ball over on mat number 2. No. Now 4-0 in this match you're watching in favor of Sosmos.
Got heavyweights, 220s on mat number 1 now. No, 285s.
I say those are big 220s.
Hunter Musil and Cameron Hardesi, John Glenn and Twin Lakes.
Four to nothing, still the score on the match you're watching in favor of Dominic Sosmos of Hebron over Paul Clark of Crown Point, consolation round of 220.
I think when you're on bottom, that first move, whatever your first move is, so like, you can't brace, you can't just hold there for a second and let someone else work on you. Like, you want to clear hands, you want to like get your hips under you. But if you freeze, they're gonna like be able to break you down, especially at the bigger weights. They're so much bigger than you.
Yeah, the
that,
weight.
you know, you're carrying 220 on your back
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. If anything, you have to at least shift into a position that's strong, right?
Hard part
to
of
his
throwing
hip
his
here.
back.
Gonna try to roll
Try to
through.
roll through.
Gonna get a reversal. We'll give him 2 near fall on that too, huh?
It makes it 4-2 now.
I thought he signaled 2 near fall. Maybe he didn't.
That scoreboard's throwing me off.
20 seconds to go in the second.
Yep, there. So 6-2. I thought it was a kind of a quick roll through there for 2 near fall. So 6-2 now. Sosmo trying to high hip over everything. Trying to get this power half here with 2, 1, nothing.
Yeah, he was there too.
Basically with the fall on mat number 2.
285 pounds from the University of Central Colin Boyd, River Forest, Nathan Casey, mat number 2.
So did Clark choose neutral there?
Yes.
One for an ankle pick. Goes for another cross ankle pick there. Now he's got that underhook. He can kind of elevate this and go to a shot. Nope.
Fall over on mat number 1.
Nope. Got it, I think.
Hook the leg and limp on up.
Yeah, limp arm there. He was still in a good spot there. When that leg came in, he could just kind of hooked it, like you said, limp arm back.
Yeah. could have dropped to the single also.
Some updated team scores here for you. Third place, Fairhaven with 144. Brownsburg in second, 229. Crown Point in first, 271.
We have an update, 220 pounds, Penn Central, Zach Vanderwall, and River Forest, Ethan Silver.
So a minute left here, 6-2 right now. Sosmo. Got a stall warning. So 49 seconds. You got a stall warning on Sosmo. That's what Dave Hinkle's calling for. Elevate that underhook and go for a shot.
Fast shot right off the whistle.
Hook that ankle here. You can probably get a Turk off that.
Yep.
There it is. Keep that leg, come up across his head.
Yep. He got
It's
it.
going to be a 5-point
He's
move
got
here
it.
if he keeps
He's
going
got
to
it.
keep
Don't
walking
give
that
up
free
on it.
hand out.
His legs needs to come a little higher. That hook needs to come higher. There it goes. Got to be joint
There it
to joint.
is.
He's got
25
two.
seconds.
He's got 2 at least.
That ties it right there.
You need to take that free
He goes
hand.
go under.
Yeah,
under
kinda-
the arm, not on top.
There, he's
Fall
gonna
on mat 4, Andrew
He's gonna get
Edwards.
the
of
five.
Fairhaven.
He's
That puts him up by
Yeah.
1.
And then you just stay there.
be- yeah,
10
just stay
seconds.
there. Like the state finals. That was like the weirdest thing, right?
Yeah.
Dude, with the
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Paul Clark is up by 1 by that.
yeah. Turk 7-6.
Paul Clark gets the win.
That Briar Hall match at the state finals where he had him in a Turk for like 45 seconds. There's nothing you can do. It's a pinning just there. It's quiet. No one saying anything.
Yeah.
It was like the weirdest thing.
Let's go to mat number 4, consolations at 285. You have Jack Reese of Crown Point and Keaton Loudermilk of Hebron. Over on mat number 1, Zach Vanderwall and Ethan Silver. Consolations at 220. Mat 2, Nathan Paisley and Colin Foy. Another 285 consolation round.
Looks like Mat 3's done for right now.
Yeah, mat 3's done right now, and I believe these are our last.
Yeah,
Yeah, these are our last 3 matches. Then we'll be taking a break as everybody breaks for lunch here at Crown Point. We'll have a new stream starting in a little bit. Can't tell you exactly when that's going to be. We got to get an updated schedule.
So they had a locked hands in an escape. Silver.
Right, and I'm assuming we're going to be consolations again.
Yeah.
Obviously. I don't think they're going to do finals until later.
Fall there for Jack Reese.
Jack Reese gets the fall.
Increasing Crown Point's team lead, but Brownsburg really closed the gap that round.
Let's go to
Down 40, but it was not that close before.
Let's go to mat 1. Ethan Silver leads Zach Vanderwall 2-0.
Got 2 River Forest guys out there. Got a stall warning on Vanderwall. Vanderwall 6-3 on the season, a junior. Silver 11-3, a junior, also from River Forest. Ooh, Paisley just takes him dead to his back here on mat number 2.
I think that's going to be it.
That's it. That's a fall for Paisley. So we're in our last match here on mat number 1. It's 2-0, Ethan Silver.
Just over a minute to go in the second. This is the last match of this round of consolations. Looks like we're going to be taking a break afterwards. We'll come back and talk to you guys in a little bit with another round of consolations. Update our brackets, find out exactly where we're at here.
Silver trying to pancake him here to his back. Kind of caught that arm. And get the 2.
There it is. That's it.
Once you get that weight on.
And there's the fall there. So that's going to do it here for this round. Okay, we're getting an update here. We'll be back.
So we're going to take about an hour break.
110. We will be on lunch break till 110. Then we will come back and run all place matches.
Third and fourth place, I'm at 2, 5th and 6th there, and then wrestle anything else they need to wrestle.
Okay. I thought they were going to do the under the leg.
Nah,
get it
otherwise
moving.
we gotta move all these
True.
mats.
Fair enough.
Just be deep for us and
Coach Lurick said we'll be back about 1:15. We're gonna run them all.
yeah. We're down to the medal match.
Wow, this is way ahead of schedule.
Yeah, they ran fast. That's because we used 4 mats.
That's true. So it's all going to start at about 1:15, all of them?
About 1:15. Yeah, they might do an introduction for the finalists.
Okay.
But I mean, part of it, like,
Right.
there's no fans here, so we might as well just
Just do it?
just wrestle.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, if you guys need, I know you guys need me to share.
Okay, great.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, we just got updated here. Big change of schedule. About 1:15, we're going to restart, so we're going to take about an hour. They are going to run all the place matches on all 4 mats. We're not going to do the championships as a separate center match. They're going to run on mat 1 is going to be the championship matches, and then 3rd place, 5th place on mats 2 and 3, and then other matches on mats 4. So they're going to utilize all 4 mats, and keep this thing rolling along. So we're going to take a timeout. So championships start later. If you're watching, if you were going to that watch party, wherever it was, make sure you let everybody know, the people who aren't watching, championships will be starting at 1:15. They initially had them scheduled for 5. So we are moving quite right along here. So we're going to be back. We will talk to you guys in about 50 minutes or so. We're going to have a brand new stream started. So thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you guys shortly. You've been watching the Carnahan Memorial Invitational here on the Region Sports Network, where the region comes to wrestle.